Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Ethington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolate, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA. KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome to Leonard Cole Field, week number 7 of the high school football season. It's the Highway 30 rivalry. Ames in town to face your Marshalltown Bobcats. Good Friday evening. I'm Brandon Lewis. Dylan Dillis alongside me. Dylan, obviously a big opponent here tonight at home. Jamison Poe and the crew from Ames, the little Cyclones. They take on your Bobcats here coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. This one is a pivotal one of the season. Yes, a winning season is out the window, but this one for all the bragging rights tonight.
It really is. Ames has taken care of Marshalltown 8 out of 9 games. The last couple have been close, but haven't had a win since 2019. You can tell by the hoodies here, the weather's going to play a pretty big factor. And coming into Ames, Jamison Poe, who you talked about, I feel like we've been covering Jamison Poe for the last 10 years.
And he's still only a junior.
He's still only a junior. He is that shifty, small back that's able to get big runs, and he's still very strong. He may be small, but he packs a wallop.
And Cameron Cantonwine, their quarterback, we saw him with a couple receptions in this game last year. Yeah. He started out the season at wide receiver. Lane Kenny was the quarterback. Then he got moved to quarterback. Lane Kenny's now one of his wide receivers. So it seems like these are two teams that match up, going through a lot of similarities at this point in the season.
Yeah, it really is. I think this is the third week we've told you in a row. This is a hard team to kind of scout. And again, that's true with Ames. Ames took on Ottumwa last week, and really it was very similar to what Marshalltown did. Marshalltown 40-plus points in the first half. Ames was up 40-0 at half, cruising to a 62-20 win. I think this is going to be a really close game, but Ames is going to look different than last year. They threw it all over the place last year, and the Bobcats gave up 2 big, long receptions late in that game in Ames that really was the deciding factor. Tonight it's going to be a lot different type of ball game.
Yeah, Brian Salzer without his son who graduated last year. He's top 10 all-time in passing yards in Iowa in high school football. So without him, and a little bit of turmoil over there. We'll break this game down coming up as we roll along in our Bobcat Game Day Live. Coming up next, it is our Radio Iowa Scouting Report, all brought to you by Rainbow Car Wash with 2 locations in Marshalltown.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends at their outdoor patio, Gutter Point, for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social, South 6th Street, Marshalltown.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
From Radio Iowa Sports, this is the Scouting Report, an in-depth look at this week's prep and college games. Now from our studios in Des Moines, Todd Kim.
With a new quarterback, the Hawkeyes host Purdue. The Cyclones look to bounce back at home against TCU, while the Panthers visit Indiana State. And Raiders collide in 2A District 1 to highlight Week 7 of the high school season. That and more on the Scouting Report.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
A new quarterback takes over as the Iowa Hawkeyes get ready to host Purdue. Wisconsin transfer Deacon Hill led the Hawks to a win over Michigan State after Cade McNamara went down in the second series. With McNamara done for the season with an ACL injury, Hill makes his first start against the Boilers.
Yeah, I'll probably be a little more nervous. I think anybody would. But I think it's just keying in and focusing on what the fundamentals are and what the fundamentals of our game plan is and just leaning on that.
Hill provides the Hawkeyes more mobility, which puts the bootleg back in the offense as well as the quarterback sneak. And that mobility could be important against a Purdue five-man front that wants to bring pressure.
Sometimes it'll be those five guys rushing. Other times it'll be three. So they mix it up. They do, various coverages. So there's a lot of moving parts. And it's a challenge for everybody, really, to move the ball.
That's Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz. It's a 2:30 kickoff in Kinnick Stadium. It'll be carried by Peacock. After getting shredded at Oklahoma, the Iowa State defense faces another up-tempo offense at home against TCU. The Horned Frogs lost several key players from last year's team that made it all the way to the national championship game. But ISU coach Matt Campbell says the pedigree remains the same.
You're playing a football team that knows how to win. The fabric of being a championship football team certainly lies within their football team and their program, and it'll be a great challenge for us Saturday night for sure.
The Cyclones are 2-3 overall. TCU is 3-2 after a home loss to West Virginia. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff in Jack Trice Stadium. It'll be carried by Fox Sports 1. The UNI Panthers look for a third straight win with a visit to Indiana State. The Panthers opened Missouri Valley play with a 44-41 win over then 19th-ranked Youngstown State. Indiana State's 0-4, but Panther coach Mark Farley says they won't take the Sycamores lightly.
I don't care where you play or who you play. You better bring your A game because this league has got enough talent in it, and it's got enough coaching talent in it. It's got a lot of coaching talent in it that it's a tough league. And if you catch wind, if you catch momentum, hey, it isn't you're supposed to win. It's find a way to win.
The Panthers are 2-2 overall. Drake is at home in Pioneer Football League action tomorrow to take on Valparaiso. The Bulldogs open conference play with a 16-9 win at Morehead State. They're 1-3 overall. Up next, high school football on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Becks, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Becks, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
The scramble begins in Class 2A District 1, where the title will be decided in the final 2 weeks. Tonight, it's second-ranked Central Lyon George Little Rock at number 6 Western Christian. Doug Brook has a preview.
This is a game with playoff implications in Class 2A. Central Lyon George Little Rock coach Curtis Eben says Western Christian presents a number of challenges. He says the Wolfpack offense will make them defend the entire field.
Well, they spread the ball around quite a bit. When you look at their stats, you'll have 4 or 5 guys catch a ball per night, so it's not like they're just one-dimensional, but they also spread the ball around. So, it's going to be a big night for us.
Western Christian coach Travis Koima says they know the defending state champs will be a difficult test.
Probably the top team in the state right now, just the way they're playing and with the athletes that they have, and then just the other pieces that they've been able to put together with their front five and their defensive line is really good as well. So, it's going to be a huge challenge.
The Lions look to remain unbeaten with a win, while Western Christian comes into the game with one loss and need a win to stay in the district title hunt. For the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, I'm Doug Brute.
Also in 2A, top-ranked Van Meter is on the road at Centerville. Number 3 West Lyon hosts Sheldon. In District 3, 2 of the contenders collide as Crestwood hosts New Hampton. Joe Haskovic reports.
New Hampton's returning All-Stater Braden McShane has rushed for over 200 yards each of the last 2 seasons against the Cadets, and Crestwood's head coach Justin Dinner believes that slowing McShane down will be a key to a Cadet win.
He's an outstanding player, plain and simple, and probably one of the best overall football players we have in the area, all classes. Offensively, he's going to be a very tall task to defend.
For the Cadets to be successful tonight, Coach Denner feels execution and controlling the line of scrimmage will go a long ways towards securing a Cadet victory.
For us, it's about executing not only on drive 1, but executing on drive 10, drive 11, and continuing to execute. We got to win the line of scrimmage and be able to get ourselves into, third and manageable.
Next week, both teams play teams also currently tied for first place in the district, as Crestwood wraps up the regular season on Thursday night hosting North Fayette Valley, while New Hampton closes by hosting Waukon. For the Radio Iowa Scouting Report, this is Joe Haskovic, KCZQ Cresco.
3A, the lead in District 5 is up for grabs as top-ranked Williamsburg visits number 4 Solon. After falling to Davenport Assumption in Week 1, Solon has won 5 straight, and Williamsburg coach Kurt Ritchie calls the Spartans a confident team.
They're going to believe and fight until the end, and that's what good programs, good teams do. And we talk about options, and they definitely have some options. They have 30 seniors out, so just a large amount of numbers and a really good defensive team that has kind of really found their way and continue to prove on offense.
Also in 3A, second-ranked Creston visits Knoxville. It's number 3 Clear Lake at home against Hampton Dumont Cal. In a rated clash, 5th-ranked Harlan is on the road at number 8 Nevada. There's one rated matchup in Class 4A tonight. It finds 3rd-ranked Bondurant Farrar hosting number 7 Gilbert. It's top-ranked Adel ADM at home against Ballard, while number 2 Western Dubuque plays host to Waterloo East. This season, Bex is recognizing student-athletes that are not just a star in athletics, but a player that shows heart in school, at work, through the community, and in the ag industry. Besides competing in football and wrestling, Aiden Sullivan of Nashua Plainfield is the drum major for the marching band.
Our school works really well together between the sports and other extracurricular activities to give everyone the chance to do anything that they want to be involved in.
He's considered a career in the military and hopes to attend West Point.
When I found West Point, it was kind of like a combination of all the things I already do with leadership and community service and everything, but just kind of took it to the next step and allows me to do all the things that I want to do at once.
For Pekin's Will Adam, farming has been on both sides of the family, and his earliest memories are helping his father.
By the time I think I was 8, we started buying cattle, and then that's what I've done ever since is work with cattle and work in the fields.
Evan Timmerman of Southwest Valley enjoys operating the large equipment on the family farm, and while in middle school, he started a lawn and landscaping business with a friend.
And he already had clients on the mowing business. I already had clients on the landscaping business, so it kind of worked out to just expand from that and learn from both places of the mowing and landscaping.
Wyatt Sermon of South Tama grew up around horses and cattle and plans to study ag business at Texas A&M. He's also worked at a local sale barn.
I really like the environment of the sale barn. I want to have my own sale barn in the future.
His uncle is an auctioneer, and Wyatt attended auctioneering school this past summer.
Have it at 40, have it at 40, now 50, have it at 50, have it at 50, have it at 50, have it at $50, have it at 50, have it at 50, have it at 50. Last call, have it at 40, have it at 40, have it at 50, have it at 50. Sold, $40.
Beck's Players with Heart. We'll wrap up Week 7 next on the Scouting Report.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
Southeast Polk entered this season with a target on its back. The two-time defending 5A champs are top-ranked but have had some near misses. 3 weeks ago, they edged Ankeny Centennial by 3, and last week it was a 3-point escape against Johnston. The Rams take a 6-0 record to number 4 Waukee tonight.
They've handled it well. We've had some adversity, throughout the first 6 games, have been trailing in some ball games, which I think is good. And we've overcome, maybe not playing our best at times and making some mistakes.
That's Southeast Polk coach Brad Zelenovich. Also in 5A tonight, it's second-ranked Dowling Catholic hosting Urbandale. Number 3 Pleasant Valley is at Muscatine. Separated by 42 miles, a pair of longtime rivals collide in Marshalltown. Brandon Lewis has a preview.
It's the Highway 30 rivalry tonight at Leonard Cole Field in Marshalltown, as the Marshalltown Bobcats are 1-5. They take on their rival, the Ames Little Cyclones, who stand at a mark of 2-4. Head football coach for the Bobcats, Adam Goodvin, says the Bobcats need to slow down. Running back Jamison Poe for Ames, 352 rushing yards a season, and he's accounted for 9 offensive touchdowns.
Yeah, we've seen him 2 years in a row now. He's a junior right now, and he's a talented athlete. He's tough to bring down. He's got a low center of gravity, and he's a strong kid. You can tell he's a smart football player. And after a couple games into the year, they moved one of their talented wide receivers, just a sophomore kid, to quarterback. And we got to read our keys and make sure that we're getting all 11 guys to the ball.
Ames has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two, including a 33-17 win last year. Goodvin says momentum will play a big role for the Bobcats.
We got to get that one way or another, whether that's special teams or it's a turnover on defense or a big play on offense. That's going to be huge for us.
For the Radio Iowa Scouting Reports, I'm Brandon Lewis, KFJB-TV.
There are a pair of rated matchups in Class 1A tonight. It's 4th-ranked Wilton hosting number 6 West Branch, while 5th-ranked MFL Marmac is at home against 9th-ranked Denver. Also, top-ranked Grundy Center is at home against Alburnett. There is one rated matchup in Class A. Zarin Eggesdahl reports.
It's the Old Guard hosting the New Kids on the Block in Class A District 2 tonight, when number 4 West Hancock takes on number 6 Lake Mills. Lake Mills has started the season 6-0, while West Hancock's lone loss is St. Ansgar. First-year Lake Mills head football coach Brady Kurtz says there's a little bit of a buzz around town.
There's no secret we've struggled to win football games here in Lake Mills for an extended period of time. Whenever you start a season 6-0, it does certainly build some excitement, positive vibes in school, certainly on our football team around town. They just want to congratulate you and say you're doing a great job. It's a great feeling, certainly.
West Hancock coach Mark Sanger.
I tell you, they'll be excited. They'll be ready to come over and play, and with a lot on the line. But, that's what high school football is all about. You got 2 groups of young men that are excited, emotional, and have something bigger than themselves they're playing for. And unfortunately, only one person can come away with a win. We're going to find out what it's going to be.
Both teams are in but are fighting for playoff seedings. Lake Mills, a win tonight and a win against St. Ansgar next week, and they are the district champions. I'm Zarin Eggesdahl for the Radio Iowa Scouting Report.
Also in Class A, top-ranked Woodbury Central's on the road at Tri-Center. There's one rated matchup tonight, an 8-player. It finds top-ranked Gladbrook-Rhinebeck at home against number 9 Clarksville. Also, second-ranked Winfield Mount Union plays host to Mormon Trail. That's all for the Scouting Report. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Todd Kim.
Rainbow Car Wash has been in town over 40 years. New owners Brad and Kim Canada have been with Rainbow for more than 35 years, focusing on quality, cleanliness, and great customer service. Open 24 hours year-round with 2 convenient locations. Each location has 2 oversized truck bays to accommodate large vehicles. All bays except quarters. And for your convenience, newly installed credit, debit, Apple Pay, and Samsung Pay featuring Swiper Tap to Pay, powerful vacuums, and a great selection of vending supplies. Follow us on Facebook at Rainbow Car Wash, LLC.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Back here at Leonard Cole Field, Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dones with you. It is week number 7 of the high school football season. A chilly one. Finally, we got there. 52 degrees. Should be into the 40s by the time this one is all said and done. Dylan, we've been pretty spoiled to this point with football, as it's been a really nice fall so far.
Yeah, it really has. And it hasn't been like crazy cramping scenarios, though that happened a little bit early in the season. But really, it's been beautiful Friday night football. On this side of the glass, with no wind coming in, it looks like a beautiful night for football. It's sunny out. Looking good. Team looks locked and loaded in those red unis that, I'll tell you, those are my favorite of the lot.
Yeah, that is for sure. Time to take a look around the Iowa Lions Conference tonight, presented by Brown Shoe Fit in Marshalltown. Des Moines East is at home taking on Sioux City North. We know that North in the past has been pretty good, but boy, that's always a daunting road trip going from Sioux City to anywhere else.
Yeah, and it definitely, you go up there, and it is, you learn a lot of things.
You do.
When you were with Ken Hughey.
You see the Lost Hills.
The Lost Hills, one of the only in the North America.
The other one's in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
lot of other stuff you learned too.
A lot of other stuff in there. I
learned there's not a lot between Fort Dodge and Sioux City.
No, so I introduced you to True Crime podcast.
Oh, that was a great podcast.
And Ken Hughey almost introduced you to somebody else's bumper.
A bullet in the neck, almost.
That's right. So Sioux City, quite the fun time.
Yeah, that is. Waukee Northwest takes on Ottumwa tonight. Oof.
That's going to be tough.
That's going to be a rough night for Ottumwa. Unfortunately, the Bulldogs got a tough one against Waukee Northwest. Meanwhile, other Iowa Alliance Conference action tonight. Waterloo West, a former opponent of the Bobcats, they take on Valley here tonight, but a little bit of a light night around the Iowa Alliance, and there was some action this night too.
I'm really intrigued by that West Valley game because, you talk about Valley's down, but a bad Valley is a good non-metro school.
Yeah.
But Waterloo West, with what they can do with Frazier, the running back, I'm intrigued to see how that one shakes out.
Waukee and Southeast Polk is another big game we'll be keeping our eye on tonight because Waukee, they've done some really nice things. They've only got one loss on the season, as that was to their rival in Waukee Northwest. But, that'll be a good proving ground game to see where Southeast Polk is at as well.
Yeah, Southeast Polk about got bit by the Dragons of Johnston last week. They ended up winning by a touchdown, but Johnston came into the game, I believe they were at 2-3 mark, and Southeast Polk struggled with them. So, yeah, I think this could be a very good matchup as seeing how that CIML shakes out.
We'll keep you up to date throughout the night on all the scores going on around Central Iowa with our scoreboard updates, all brought to you by Central State Bank. That is our look around the conference, all brought to you by Brown Shoe Fit with a wide variety of top-quality shoes.
Brown Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear. Choose from New Balance, On, Keen, Echo, and much more. Brown Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and European footwear, carrying multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff is available to give you a personalized experience and can find the right shoes for what you need. Brown Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. Sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Back at Leonard Cole Field as kickoff coming up at 7 o'clock between the Little Cyclones and your Marshalltown Bobcats. It is time for our West Marshall preview, all presented by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center. Open Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. West Marshall on the road. They're 2-4 on the season as they take on PCM. They're 4-2. as West Marshall 2-4 at PCM tonight. As these two teams match up, watch out for Carson Davis, senior, 200 passing yards, 288 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns so far on the season for West Marshall. Gavin Van Gorp is the quarterback for PCM, 744 passing yards and 8 touchdown passes. So I don't know if we'll see a duel in the desert kind of situation right there. I think these teams really want to run the ball. Ben Gonzalez, over 500 yards for West Marshall. Adrian Robbins, 1,000-yard rusher already with 15 touchdowns for PCM. That is going to be the big task here tonight for West Marshall as they look to slow down PCM. Historically, West Marshall 8-4 against PCM back to 2008, but as we know, this is a much different team this year, aside from that 13-12 victory for them last year. Is a tight one, expecting probably PCM to get the 5th victory of the season, but West Marshall, don't count them out.
Yeah, and PCM, traditionally a very good program. And you look at what West Marshall, they were getting just shellacked early in the year. You could tell it was just shell shock coming out, but it does seem they're starting to create some identity. See, they're able to run the football a little bit more over the last couple of weeks. I think you're exactly right. PCM has the edge, but West Marshall playing a whole lot better than they were early in the year.
That is our West Marshall preview, all brought to you by Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center. This is the countdown to kickoff. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken and West Marshall football have long been State Center traditions. And with all the changes in life, it seems like traditions are harder and harder to come by. While where you enjoy it might have changed, Bailey's commitment to delicious pizza and roasted chicken can still be found in every bite. Enjoy the local tradition of Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken. Open Wednesday and Friday through Sunday, 4:30 to 8:30. Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken in State Center, proud sponsors of West Marshall football.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
On KFJB-TV, it's Bobcat Game Day Live.
Welcome back into Bobcat Game Day Live, looking at the Marshalltown Bobcats warming up. And now it's time for the East Marshall Preview presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned, qualified diesel mechanics. The East Marshall Mustangs, sitting at 1-5, had their treasure stolen last week from the Hudson Pirates. Hudson Pirates win 49-0. Mustangs.
Have you been stewing on that one for the last 7 days?
No. I wrote it out this afternoon, and I was like, oh, that's good. I thought stole their booty was a little too racy, so we went with treasure. But this week, maybe an even tougher task as they take on the perennially strong Columbus Catholic Sailors. The Sailors sit at 4-2. Show you a little bit of they beat that Hudson team 42-18. This week is going to be the absolute best quarterback that East Marshall has faced. Carter Lockhart has thrown 15 touchdowns, almost 75% completion, well over 1,000 yards. Brandon, when you have a team like the Mustangs have really struggled this year, sit at 1-5, what are some things you think to knock off a much more Goliath-like opponent?
Well, first off, I don't know what's the deal with the Pirates, and now we got the Sailors. I didn't know we had big voyage pass in Iowa.
No.
So I guess the big thing is you got to let loose with the sails.
Yep.
And at this point in the season, everybody's got to give it what they can do to get the win.
So this is how you get the Sailors to jump overboard.
Okay.
Is on offense.
Underrated movie, Overboard.
It really is. Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn fans out there. But, yeah, you really look at the East Marshall Mustangs. The big play has to be a part of the vernacular on offense, and it cannot be a part of their verbiage on defense. You look at Farrington and Weeder. That's where a lot of the good things happen for the Mustangs. In order for them to win a huge upset Drew Weeder's going to have to go for 100, and Farrington's going to have to throw for 3 touchdowns. And that has been the East Marshall preview presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. Will be right back with Bobcat Game Day Live here on KFJB-TV.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Pushed out of the pocket. Spark was chasing and getting it to him. Wade throws late over the middle of the field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
This is the Countdown to Kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Week number 7 for the Marshalltown Bobcats. They're back at home finally. They've been the road warriors this season as they host the Ames Little Cyclones. Little Cyclones 2-4 on the season behind Brian Salzer. Meanwhile, head coach Adam Goodvin and his Bobcats 1-5, looking to reverse things, getting back home after a 31-3 loss on the road at Waterloo West. I'm Brandon Lewis. Dylan Does alongside me as we get you ready for this one coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. Coming up, Dylan's Scouter Report, but real quick, Dylan, you finally get back at home. It's been a long, road trip that first half of that season, it seems like, but the next 2 out of 3 games are going to be at home on your home field. I'm sure you have to feel a little bit better getting back here on your home turf.
Well, you look at that Waterloo West score, 31-3. That can feel like, oh man, it was a blowout. It was 7-3 at half. What happened coming out of that? Bobcats couldn't stop West on 4 straight series. I really think the Bobcats are close. They're close to getting that big over the hump. You get to come back home. You're playing a real fierce rival. Mm-hmm. Bobcats have to be able to figure out how to move it in this very windy Friday night.
Yes, it is. We'll keep an eye on the weather here tonight. We'll get Dylan's Scouting Report on the Ames Little Cyclones coming up next. This is the Countdown to Kickoff. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Back in for tonight's Scouting Report on the Ames Little Cyclones, presented by Century Plumbing. A familiar foe here tonight. What can you tell us, Dylan, about the Ames Little Cyclones?
Well, Ames, as we said, has won 8 out of 9 against the Marshalltown Bobcats. Bobcats' last win coming in 2019. But this Ames Little Cyclones team, it does look a little bit different. Head coach Brian Salzer has gone from the air, now more of a ground and pound offense, all led by Jamison Poe. We've talked a lot about him. He's a small back, about 5'8", but he runs at about 170 pounds, and he packs a wallop. But really, where they're really going here in this second half behind that Ottumwa game last week really comes from the irony that is known as Cameron Cantonwine, because it really seems he can do about anything. He has over 1,000 yards of total offense, 6 touchdowns, 3 in the air, 3 on the ground, and has only picked it off one time. When you flip it on the other side of the field, you're getting a bit of a 3-3-5 or a nickel coverage with Brett Berkheimer being that nose on that defense. He has been quite good in his matchups with the Bobcats in the past. Really, for them, are they going to be able to run the football effectively in this win? That's going to be essential. And then are they going to be able to have the type of impact that other defensive lines have had against a really struggling Bobcats line?
Yeah, that line's going to have to do a good job tonight, because it is one of those nights where throwing the rock is not going to be the way that you're going to win this game tonight.
No, it's not. Looking as we talk about how windy it is, it has died down a little bit. But, yeah, you are going to have to be able to move the sticks on the ground. You're not going to be able to take a bunch of big shots. So, yeah, it's going to be who owns that line of scrimmage. We do know on the defensive side, Bobcats' defensive line has been much stronger here since Johan Gomez has come back after week 4.
That's your Scouting Report, all presented by Century Plumbing, specializing in service plumbing in Marshalltown. The Cat Connection and your pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodvin on the way, right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
When you need a plumber quickly, try Century Plumbing of Marshalltown. We specialize in service plumbing, not new construction or large remodels, so we get to our customers faster, from clogged drains to water heaters and everything in between. We can help with a guaranteed appointment and quality, efficient service. I'm Sarah, co-owner of Century Plumbing, and I'd love to book your appointment today. Call 641-750-0108. That's 641-750-0108.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff. It's our Cat Connection tonight with senior corner Rogelio Serra for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Cat Connection is all brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Austin Elam. Well, Rogelio, 21 total tackles this season so far. How would you kind of assess yourself and your game so far this senior season?
I think I've improved a lot. I obviously still have stuff to improve on, but overall, I think I've done a pretty good job my senior year.
Yeah. The one thing I've noticed is you've been really cool, calm, collected, and very consistent back there. How do you think you've been able to get yourself prepared for the season to be able to be a consistent corner out there challenging those wide receivers?
Well, I just know I'm not going to have a lot of chances. These are my last games ever. Mm-hmm. So I just go out there and make sure I play my best and try my best.
Yeah, we were just chatting a little bit, and you still, stay in contact with Braden Weatherly. We called him Heart, Hustle, and Muscle. That's kind of your game as well, too. There was a big touchdown that they almost scored at Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, earlier this year, and you kind of tracked it down on the backside. So, you talked about it. So maybe some of your last games you're playing, leaving it all out there on the field. How important do you feel that is to play that hard for Coach Goodvin and your teammates?
Well, it's good, especially since I'm a senior and a lot of underclassmen look up to us. So just showing that hard work influences the sophomores and juniors, and somehow it spreads into them.
Yeah. I know 1-5 people may look at the record, not what you guys want it to be, but I tell you what, the effort is undoubtable. You guys give it each and every Friday night, lay it out on the line there. How do you think you've been able to kind of, maybe you talked about those sophomores and juniors, kind of keep them motivated, keep them positive heading into each and every week?
Well, this is just building blocks into just making a great team for like the next few games and next years, and they still have a lot of years coming. So just getting reps right now is good for them right now.
Yeah, because, that's really, was important in your career. We saw you last year not a starter, and then by the end of the year starting, and then that just kind of propelled you into this year, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so it is Ames tonight. Nothing better than beating Ames, right?
Yeah, this is a big game for us.
What's your key to victory that you guys know you have to do to be able to come out on top against the little Cyclones?
Well, just making sure, obviously it's like our biggest rival, so just keeping our emotions straight and just sticking with our game plan that the coaches have set for us, and I think we can pull it through.
Yeah. All right. It is senior Rogelio Sarin. Any other sports and activities you're involved in?
Basketball. Basketball's coming up soon.
Yeah. We look forward to seeing you out there on the hardwood. It's right around the corner, man.
Yep.
Another month and a half we'll be playing, that is for sure. Hey, that's Rogelio Sarin, our Cat Connection, all brought to you by Farm Bureau agent Austin Elam.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your team for life. Well, you can have a Farm Bureau agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life.
Hi, this is Austin Elam with the Elam Agency. Give us a call, 641-691-3899.
Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Welcome back into the Countdown to Kickoff right here on KFJB-TV. It is our pregame chat with head coach Adam Goodman, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. Coach, on the road last week, seems like it's been on the week the whole season. Finally get a home game here tonight against the Ames Little Cyclones. We'll break that game coming down. But 31-3 was the final score from last football Friday night. There were some good things to take away from that. I thought special teams had a few bright spots in that one. Some plays in the backfield, tackle for losses, some completions. Jacob seems to really be in a flow at quarterback when it's a quick release right out there real quick. So some good takeaways from that one, but obviously still not the result you want.
Yeah, like I told you guys on Friday, I think the biggest thing with where we were at on last Friday compared to even the week before was just our consistency. And a lot of that you got to credit to Waterloo West. They played 4 shell over top and kept everything in front of them, and that's a smart strategy for a high school team to do, and it forces high school kids to screw up, and eventually we did that, and it limited a lot of the home run shots that we were trying to get, but at the same time we had some guys behind their defense and we weren't able to execute. So being a little more consistent has been our message this week.
It's easy to look at at the record and see 1-5, but undoubtedly the effort is never really in question. But how do you keep the guys focused? Is it a kind of a challenge to them to be able to say, hey, maybe your starting spot is on the line, that kind of thing? Seeing that best effort, I guess, out of them consistently for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think our coaching staff's got a pretty good gauge on what our best effort looks like day in and day out from our kids, and fortunately we do have a great group of kids this year, so it's made our job easier in that aspect. Mm-hmm. Right now it could be very easy for a high school kid, 16, 17-year-old kid to get discouraged and kind of fold over and things like that. But we talk about it a lot, how that's not who we are. That's not how we do things. And our kids respond to it well. So that's been a bright spot for sure.
It was kind of a slow start for Trayshawn Brooks on the season, but he's really started to pick it up. He's top 10 in the state in all-purpose yards. He caught 4 balls for 63 yards last week. Has really, in my mind, played some pretty good corner out there as well. So where do you think his game in his senior season has really stepped up? Because it seems like he's, kind of shined when you guys really needed some big plays this year.
Yeah, honestly, we all knew Trey was a phenomenal athlete and could do some special things for us out on the football field. But the area that he's grown the most in has been his leadership and his mindset towards the game. He's one of our most positive kids we got out there, and that says a lot about him and where he's at mentally right now, and as a senior leader, and where we'd like him to. So. It's been a fun ride to watch his growth over the past couple of years.
You guys have averaged about 200 yards on offense. As you look at getting that offense going, what do you think it's going to really take? Is it just still the maturation of a sophomore quarterback and some young guys around him, that kind of thing?
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it, no doubt. Like I said, our message all year has been making sure we're getting better every single day, and it's not going to happen overnight where we want to be, and we're working at it. We're working at it, and sometimes things click and it looks awesome, sometimes they don't, and that's just a matter of repetition. So, all in all, I'm proud of their efforts so far. I've told you that, but more reps are going to be extremely beneficial for our group of guys.
2 out of your final 3 games are going to be at home. I'm sure that's going to be a nice feeling. It's felt like you've been on the road most of the season.
Yeah. Any year you got 4 home games, it seems kind of like you're the road dogs all year. And we've had a couple back-to-back on the road this year. So it'll be nice to finally get home for 2 of the last 3.
Yeah, they take on the Ames Little Cyclones. We're breaking the game down when we come back right here on the Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pregame chat with Coach Goodvin on KFJB-TV.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Back in on the countdown to kickoff here on KFJB-TV. The opponent tonight, it is the Ames Little Cyclones. Freshman game canceled, so this one moved up to a 7 o'clock kick here tonight. All right, it's been really warm all season long. This is the first week where we're experiencing, some jacket weather.
Football weather.
Well, football weather as well. I'm going to be much differently dressed than I was last Friday night. That is for sure. This week in practice, have you been kind of preparing for that? Obviously, all season you've had to battle with, cramps and different things. But, weather-wise, you've had pretty good to this point.
Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate. Some days have been even, much warmer than we'd hope. But, it is what it is. We've looked back at past seasons, and, we've had week 6 on, it's been in the 40s and stuff. And, so I think in the grand scheme of things, we're pretty fortunate with the weather. And, Friday's game is not going to be any different. I think we'll be all right. It's still in the 50s, I think. So.
Yeah. Hard to believe, though, week 1 you were having to change around practice times because of the heat.
Yeah. Week 2 as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, so your opponent here tonight at home, it is the Ames Little Cyclones, 2-4, third year behind Brian Salzer. Of course, their quarterback who finished top 10 all-time in passing yards is gone. It looks like Jamison Poe really the guy they're leaning on this year to tote the rock back there in the backfield.
Yeah, we've seen him 2 years in a row now. He's a junior right now, and he's a talented athlete. He's tough to bring down. He's got a low center of gravity, and he's a strong kid. You can tell he's a smart football player, and after a couple games into the year, they moved one of their talented wide receivers, just a sophomore kid, to quarterback, and they like to run the ball with those two. That's just what they do this year.
Yeah. Lane Kenny, who you're referring to, the now wide receiver, he started out the season at quarterback, the senior, but now it is Cam Canton-Wine. So 9 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions for that quarterback group. As you face Canton-Wine coming into this game, what really kind of threatens you, that RPO style you kind of alluded to a little bit?
Yeah, the big thing that they do offensively is they like to start in, or they have a million different formations and motions and shifts and things like that, but they run a lot of the same stuff. We got to read our keys and make sure that we're getting all 11 guys to the ball, because that Canton-Wine kid, he'll run through your face mask. He's a tough kid and only a sophomore. So containing those two as much as possible is going to be huge for us.
This is a game where last year they were able to pull away late in that one, but kind of trading scores. Do you feel like that's a game you want to stay away from here tonight, be able to get out there defensively and make some stops instead of trying to play catch-up on the scoreboard?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every week. Yeah, that'll be nice. I think we got to start off with some momentum. We got to get that one way or another, whether that's special teams or it's a turnover on defense or a big play on offense. That's going to be huge for us.
All right, I ask you every week, but what's it going to take to beat the Little Cyclones here tonight?
It's going to be momentum.
Yeah.
Momentum. And again, I think it starts early on in the game. One way or another, we're going to have to get that and get our kids that extra boost of energy, and hopefully we can ride it out.
Yeah, well, you'll be on your home field, so that always helps out at Leonard Cole Field. Thanks for the time, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is head coach Adam Goodvin on our Countdown to Kickoff pregame chat, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. This is the Countdown to Kickoff right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Back at Leonard Cole Field as the Bobcats and the Little Cyclones getting ready to do battle here tonight. As we take a look at our starting lineups for tonight, which all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. First off, for the Ames Little Cyclones, their offense will look like this. Cameron Cantonwine, starting quarterback, 6', 190 sophomore. 34-54 passing, 581 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. This quarterback group started off with Lane Kenny. He's now kind of in that wingback wide receiver role. But this group has only thrown for 3 interceptions. I think that's kind of big because if they can run the ball effectively and they don't have to pass it, and you're looking at maybe 10 passes total tonight, that's probably a winning formula for Ames.
Yeah, they are, and the Bobcats struggle to get teams to turn the ball over. Ames doesn't turn the ball over, so if they can keep a hold of the football, keep it on the ground, that would be a winning formula.
Well, Lane Kenny at wingback, 3 receptions, 115 yards, and touchdown on the ground as well. Through the air. He has just 6 rushing yards, so that wasn't the huge threat with him at quarterback. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Roberts, Cameron Strawhacker, and Roger Lopez will be split out. Lopez is the tight end, 6 receptions, 49 yards in this game a year ago. He picked up a couple of receptions for 12 yards. It's Ethan Dang at left tackle. Brent Berkheimer is at left guard. Casey Wilhite is at center. Marshall White is at right guard, and Corbin Blair is at right tackle. All right, let's go to the defense for the Ames Little Cyclones. This is probably the biggest question mark overall because, Brian Salzer did not let us know any starters,
and there's no defensive stats on the Bound app.
Yeah, which kind of goes against protocol from the Iowa High School Athletic Association and all that good stuff, but hey, who am I to enforce something?
I don't know who it is, but it's to say this is not a one-off.
Yeah. I'm more of a Brian with a Y fan than a Brian with an I.
Me too.
That's where I'll leave it there. All right, safeties. Lane Kenny, we saw him last year, 5.5 total tackles in this game. The one defensive stat that we do know was Lane Kenny with an interception. I don't know if there's more. We just know that Lenny's made one, or Lane.
Lane Kenny.
Well, Lenny.
We have as many verbal miscues.
I just came up with a really awesome nickname.
I think so. We've got as many verbal miscues as they have defensive stats with one.
Cameron Strawhacker at safety. Roman Johnson at kind of a star position. He kind of roams around there. Will get in there like a linebacker on the edge and also play there to help prevent on the pass. Jeffrey Roberts and Jamison Poe at the corners. I've noticed watching some of their games, they do rotate out linemen, especially on that defensive line, so we'll probably see a heavy rotation there. But pretty good linebacking crew. Jackson Winkie, 32, outside linebacker. Roger Lopez at middle linebacker. Colden Bray at outside linebacker. We saw Roger Lopez in this game a year ago, 3 tackles and 1.5 sacks. So he's definitely their playmaker. He's a tough-nosed kid on the offensive side, but really the playmaker on the defensive side.
Yeah, they really have a good thing going over there, and it'll be interesting to see how they rotate because the Bobcats were able to get big plays in the passing game, but many of those players are no longer on the Bobcats, so it's a totally fresh start for both sides.
Blayton Bozano is at defensive end, Torian Cotton at the other end, and Brent Hammer at defensive tackle. Ames Little Cyclones defense giving up an average of nearly 36 points per game, 25 points per game on offense for the Ames Little Cyclones. All right, let's get to the Marshalltown Bobcats. First off for the offense, Jacob Hayes, starting quarterback, comes in with 462 passing yards, 41 of 76, 4 touchdowns through the air, 3 interceptions. No rushing touchdowns. It would be interesting to see if Jacob could maybe get one of those tonight. I think that would be a good kind of X factor to see out of the young quarterback tonight.
Yeah, I think so. He's been able to get some yards when it matters at points, but yeah, if you can get a rushing touchdown, if you can get something out of that and a passing or 2 passing touchdowns out of him, really the Bobcats just have to find ways to diversify their offense and be able to score both on the ground and in the air.
Tough sledding for Tate Ring this year, as so far just 221 rushing yards and 1 touchdown on the ground this year. We've seen him struggle to make catches out of the backfield as well.
Yeah, that was a big one. Bobcats, their offense is not going to be big play, big play, big play. They are going to set up big play opportunities. And last week they had 4 opportunities. If they would have been able to get 75% of them, it would have been a much different ball game. But Tate had a wheel route where he was wide open and just could not haul it in. The Bobcats are going to have to, when they set up those big play opportunities, they are going to have to execute tonight in order to win this one.
Bobcats running out onto the field. Caleb Kuzero will be the wingback. Corey Smith at wide receiver. Trayshawn Brooks at wide receiver. And Davis Ragland at fullback. Yohan Gomez will get some play at tight end. It's Hinkle, Narvaez, Tyrell French at center. That's a change as Max Reed not at center here tonight. Caden Ainsworth and Owen Eaton is at right tackle. All right, on the defensive side for the Marshalltown Bobcats, a little bit of a change as Jackson Hinkle will be in at defensive tackle. That'll slide Yohan Gomez over to defensive end. Ignacio Macias, nose tackle. I'm not sure if we'll see him here tonight. We'll see Owen Eaton, Jacob Gudith mixed in there as well if he's not able to go for the Bobcats. And Lincoln Barker is at defensive end. Corey Smith, Davis Ragland, Xavier Anderson at linebacker, as Davis Ragland's been so good in the middle there. Trayshawn Brooks at corner, Rogelio Sarin at the other corner. It'll be Sam Griesel and Caleb Kuzero at the safeties. Kickoff is coming up next right here on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
As the saying goes, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Ring's got a little bit of a seam, gets outside the hash marks at the 40, 50, he might go all the way, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Tate Ring.
Now you may be asking, what's the new beginning really look like?
Up next, rolls out near side passing, and it's picked. Trayshawn Brooks has it at the 10, he's going to bring it back.
It looks like this.
It's Ames, Marshalltown. It is the Highway 30 rivalry of KFJB-TV tonight. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Doze alongside me tonight as we bring you action from Leonard Cole Field. Bobcats on the season 1-5, just making their way out of the field a short time ago. Ames Little Cyclones at 2-4. It is MFL night. We'll talk to some of the representatives, Zach Wall and Drew Anderson from the MFL. They're going to have a sale tomorrow to raise some benefits for new helmets. Kickoff, all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate. Week 7 underway, and here we go. Bobcats will get the ball to begin first here tonight. Tate Ring takes the ball back at the 2, and I believe a fair catch might have been called. No, a reset. So apparently the kickoff, I believe we're going to redo the kickoff momentarily. Both offense and defense are coming out onto the field. We got a touchback. Maybe Tate's foot went into the end zone. I didn't think so. He was at the 3.
He was out.
Unless he called for a fair catch.
He was outside of it. I
think they're going to have to re-kick this thing.
Yeah, they are.
So they will re-kick.
That was very weird.
We'll have a restart on tonight's game. Of course, our kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group, by Sal Love, Marshalltown with Kristen Paul, and the 5-Star team online at 5starhometeam.com. All right, so the Bobcats and the Cyclones in week number 7 will reset as the Cyclones in their all-white tops and bottoms on the road with black numbers. Bobcats in their red tops. New this year for the Marshalltown Bobcats here at home at Leonard Cole Field. So Trayshawn Brooks and Tate Ring deep back to return for the Bobcats. And now finally here we will go in week 7. To Tate Ring again, he catches it, falling back at the 5-yard line, brings it up the near side, back at the hashes, finds a seam. At the 40 at the numbers, finally caught down from behind, but that is a great start. Good field position right there for the Bobcats. As coming up with the stop is Conrad Sutton Jr. for the Ames Little Cyclones. Here comes the offense with Jacob Hayes, and I think it'll be really key to see how this first drive goes. That will tell the momentum of this game here tonight, and that's what head coach wanted to see out of his team. Adam Goodvin in his 7th year, he wanted to see the momentum. A big play early on, you got to have it against your rival, as the Cats have started so many times slow this season. Out of the pistol formation, fake the handoff, into the flat. One of his favorite targets, caught by Kuzero, dives ahead, and he's brought down just over the 45 at the 46-yard line, a pickup of 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, they went to the quick rollout. What they found success with on first down is that one step and throw, or the little rollout where they saw Caleb Kuzero able to pick up a couple yards on first down.
Trayshawn Brooks on the bottom of your screen, pistol formation. Tate Ring is the back for the Bobcats. Jacob Hayes surveying the defense. Some pressure being shown. They'll hand off to Tate Ring. Met in the backfield. Back at the line of scrimmage, maybe got a half yard. It's going to bring up a long 3rd down situation, and not how you want to see this one start, with the football on your own side, with really plus situation in territory here to start your first drive of the game.
Yeah, the Bobcats on that offensive line, mix and mash. It's a larger offensive line than they've had all year, but still no push by the 5 guys up front.
So pistol again. Kuzero comes in motion left to right, and that's going to be a false start of the Bobcat offense. Low snap, and it looked like they were going to run to the near side with Trayshawn on a reverse play right there, but No go, and back him up 5 yards. He'll be behind the sticks on an even further third down and about 13 yards to go now, Dylan.
We have found a lot of utilizing the jet sweep or that reverse action just to get defenses moving side to side. And really, you have to be locked step on that, and the Bobcats cannot afford to go backwards.
Roger Lopez, the linebacker, he's going to match up with Kuzero, who's in the slot. He comes in motion. Lopez will guard him, and they will fake the reverse. They go right to Kuzero, cut down at midfield. It'll be fourth down and about 4 yards to go. So basically the same play, but except for running the actual reverse, they keep it with Kuzero. Pick up decent yardage, but well short. He's actually marked out at the 49.
Yeah, I was wondering, it looked like Coach was thinking about going for it, but you see Johan Gomez running out. I would agree with that. Johan's got a great leg. The snap has really been an issue, though, without Reed in the game right now. What's that snap going to look like? We've had problems on punt snaps 4 or 5 times.
4th and 4, Bobcats will punt this one away, and
timeout by the Little Cyclones.
Timeout first will stay here as we are just underway. 10-17 here in the first quarter of play. Bobcats will be punting into the wind. That'll be something to keep an eye on. Winds, like you mentioned a little bit earlier, though, have died down a little bit, but still at about 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. The flags on the field goal post not moving quite like they were as we first got here around 5 o'clock.
Yeah, they were straight out when they got there. Now it's just it's definitely picking up a little bit here and there, but it's not that straight-out flag as it was just about an hour and a half ago.
So Gomez on to punt for the Bobcats after the timeout taken by Ames.
You wonder if
back to return.
You wonder a potential punt fake here with only 4 yards to go.
Cameron Cantewine back to return, as well as Lane Kenny. And the punt is away. It's high into the wind. It will hit at the 35 and bounces back towards midfield. And the punter, Johan Gomez, is the man to pick it up near the 40 as he was not able to pick it up as it bounced around. And really good field position near the 45-yard line on their own side of the field. So both teams starting with good field position to begin this one here tonight, but the Bobcats cannot convert on the field position, and Ames will only have 55 yards to go for a touchdown to try to strike first blood here tonight in Marshalltown.
That was a 7-yard punt.
Cameron Cantewine, the quarterback, will be out there so far this year. 581 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception for the sophomore. Bring Poe in motion into the backfield. And hand it off left side to Poe, and he's going to make his way up to near the 50-yard line. A 4-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 6 coming up for the Ames Little Cyclones. I saw Cantewine just with a little motion towards his wide receivers to the near side, including Jamison Poe, and then brought him in motion. So I don't know if they're looking for a specific look or matchups right there, but interesting to keep an eye on that one. 2nd down and 6, ball at the far side hash, left to right on your TV screen. Over west to east goes Ames. Cantewine will run on 2nd down, and boy, he is a bruiser, just running over Bobcats. Somebody's got to get in there and tackle him. He's passed over the 35 down to the 34-yard line. That is a statement run by the quarterback, Cameron Cantewine. Coach Goodvin said this guy who will put his head down, and he did that right here.
You see it right here. Bobcats on their heel and just running over both Xavier Anderson and Caleb Kuzero.
You can't get out physical here tonight.
No, they just ran him straight over. Bobcats now on their heels. Ames in plus territory.
At the 34-yard line on the far side hash. Poe comes in motion, snap to the side. Cantewine keeps it, runs it himself. He's up to the 30. A 4-yard gain on first down, and if they're doing that all night, it's going to be a long night. 4-yard carry on first down.
Yeah, Jamison Poe is coming in motion at each time. Not only is he leading rusher from the running back position, he's also leading receiver with 13 receptions. Look to them to maybe even throw off the fake there to Poe later on.
Strawhacker, the wide receiver on the bottom side of your screen. They'll hand it off to Poe straight up the gut. He'll fall forward for a good 4-yard gain again, and that'll bring up a short 3rd and 2 situation here for the Ames Little Cyclones as they look to be moving the ball at ease here in the first round of the night.
This is where in the first half last week, Marshalltown was good against Waterloo West to get off the field in these 3rd down situations. So far, Bobcats are just getting road graded by the Ames offensive line.
3rd down and 2, pistol formation, hand up. No, they keep it with the quarterback in Canton Wine. Outside left tackle, breaks a tackle. He's down near the 10-yard line, just running over Bobcats on the far side. Looked like might have been Raheli Sarah, the man that tried to come up and make the stop, but could not do so. It's a 1st down run, and Ames now in the Bobcat red zone.
So far, Bobcats do not look that interested in tackling.
By himself in the backfield is the quarterback in Cameron Canton-Wine. This is an offense that averages 336 yards per game, but they like to do a lot of the dirty work near 200 yards on the ground. Poe gets the handoff on 1st down inside the 20. They take the snap at the 13, and they'll move it to the 10. It's a 3-yard pickup off the left guard for Jamison Poe, the junior running back. We talked about him in the pregame a little bit, but very impressive this year. 352 yards, 7 touchdowns on the ground, 2 through the air. He's got 13 balls for 163 yards. And here they go, trips to the far side of the field, 1 split out to the near side, as it is Cameron Strawhacker on the bottom side of the set here. Canton Wine takes a snap, runs it himself. He's got the wingback Kenny blocking for him. He's going to try to get to the pylon, not able to get there. It's 1st down yardage on 2nd down and 7. He's going to be inside the 5, spotted at the 1.5-yard line. And right now, Cameron Strawhacker just single-handedly taking it to the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's just basically quarterback power. And they're doing a lot of different sets out there, but basically they're running 2 to 3 running plays. It just may be different wide receiver counts out there.
Canton Wine will run right up the gut. He's in, and it is an easy 55-yard touchdown drive on their opening drive of the game. 6:40 to go in the first quarter, 6-0 Ames.
This was a kick-in. Bobcats' defensive line looked absolutely terrible, and the linebackers didn't look all that interested in tackling. So here you see on the replay there, see Cantwine didn't have to do a whole lot here. Just that straight run behind his left guard and just needed 1.5 yards and got 2.
PAT is up, and it is good, and Ames takes the lead 7-0 here on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Ames goes 56 yards down the field. Cameron Canton-Wine, the quarterback, 45 yards of those all on his own. He rushed in from 3 yards out and a touchdown, 2 yards out. That was Canton-Wine with a touchdown run for Ames. Onside kick, it squibbles through down to the 35-yard line. Bobcats not able to get to it early on. And they do jump on it late here, so the Bobcats get it at the 34-yard line, near where they started on their last drive. 6:36 opening quarter kickoff there, all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. All right, so the Bobcats with their second drive, uninspiring first drive, which they got behind the sticks with a penalty.
Yeah, they did run against tendency with that, with Kusero keeping it on that fake reverse for their biggest. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Bobcats.
And yes, it will be. So that will back up Marshalltown inside the 30 at the 29-yard line.
Second false start so far. Bobcats just continually shoot themselves in the foot. Not to speak any ill over this, but this has a much similar feel to what happened the last time it was a home game. This is feeling
It's
like a Newton
Cardinals.
effort so far tonight.
And Ames going to let you know about it. Casey Wilhite was up and dancing around to that false start for the Bobcats. Pitch out near side over the 30 to 35 and back past the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a gain of nearly about 7 yards, maybe 8 yards for the running back, the senior, and Tate Ring, who's been off to a slow start this season, but that a good extension, that pitch out to the near side. Dylan.
Yeah, it was a great job by Kusaro and the play calling because they run Kusaro in motion against the run play, and then you get that pitch out to replace it. Bobcats gave Tate a one-on-one opportunity. He picked up 8.
6:29 stopped on the clock here in the opening quarter of play. Pistol formation for the Bobcats. They get the handoff late to Tate Ring, and Ames is there to eat it up in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of a yard by Tate Ring, but that not really on him. It looked like possibly Jacob Hayes, he kind of went to the wrong side initially. I'm not really sure. There was some confusion on that play call.
I felt like there was there was guilty partners all around. It seemed once he did get it, Tate bobbled it, but Jacob's travel to get there seemed a little bit jilted.
So Bobcats way behind the chains here on 3rd down and 8. Long situation to go on a breezy night at Leonard Cole Field. Calls for the ball, brings the snap low down and sacked. Brought down back at the 30-yard line. And not a whole lot of time to work with there as Jacob Hayes had to go down to get the snap. Brought down in the backfield, a sack for the Ames Little Cyclones. It's 4th and 14, and they'll have to punt it away.
This is the worst-case scenario outside of turnovers, but the Bobcats absolutely getting no rhythm on offense. Gomez tried to go with the skyscraper punt last time, but punting into this win really will need to get that lower trajectory.
Punt is nearly blocked, and that one is going to be another terrible punt for the Bobcats. No other way to put it. A good effort play there by, I believe that was Davis Ragland. Yeah, it was. He got it at the 40. That thing would have been back to the line of scrimmage if he had not stopped that ball. And just slow progression right there. It seemed like Johan kind of took a good amount of time to get that one away. And nearly blocked by Ames. And they're going to have great starting field position at the 40-yard line in Bobcat territory.
8-yard punt, and he's trying to kick it as he would traditionally. So he's kicking high in the air, and the wind is just catching it and causing it to backspin.
1st down and 10. They'll check the sideline. They keep their tight end as kind of a wingback, and Roger Lopez as well as Lane Kenny. Cameron Canton-Wine, already a rushing touchdown to his name. Jamison Poe comes in motion. And he'll hand it off, a stretch play to the far side of the field. Ragland not able to get there. Holding's going to be called on the back side of the play. This one will be coming back for the Ames Little Cyclones. But, again, almost doesn't matter because they'll be behind the chains here. But that was, regardless, nearly a 20-yard run that's going to be brought back.
Yeah, that holding probably, you say, did the holding really launch that play? I don't think it did. Really see, again, Sam Griesel taking a bad route to the football. He's really struggled on that defensive side of the football so far this year. But the Bobcats just getting mauled, not just from the line, but as you bring those wing backs, players in motion, they are just throttling the Bobcats front seven.
And that's the thing is, we know they're high school kids. You don't want to be overly critical, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's not a night where the defensive struggles or just the offense. It's like all three phases always struggling all at the same time. And there's really only been about one game this year against Ottumwa when everything was actually clicking in the right direction. And against your bitter rival, who was only 2-4. This is not what you like to see early on here. So after the holding penalty, it looks like it's going to be a false start now. It is going to be 1st and 20 for Ames. Somebody on the right side of that offensive line got moving a little bit early. 4:58 here in the opening quarter of play as Ames already leading 7-0 against your Bobcats, as that one will back them up towards midfield. So you like this, but still it's only 1st down once it's all said and done.
Yeah, Bobcats gave up 4th and 9 and 3rd and 22 last week. Defense has got to be much stronger in these type of situations.
Canton Wine will make sure all three of his wide receivers are lined up as he'll run it off of left guard. Bobcats do a nice job to get penetration right there. And Lincoln Barker is the first man to eat up Canton Wine after a gain of 3 yards. It'll be a long 2nd down and 17. Ball on the far side hash as Ames driving to the east end zone here on their 2nd drive of the night.
Barker's been really good so far, leads the defensive line in tackles coming in this game of 14.5. Already has 3 tackles for the junior defensive end.
Canton Wine with a running back to his back. He'll go into the flat. That was Poe. And actually, I think Lopez was the deep back, but Poe is kind of lined up in that wing back spot. Tried to go for a screen, but not good enough placement on that pass. Incomplete, so 3rd down and 17. Bobcats got the little Cyclones behind the chains.
Yeah, there was a 6'3", 6'4" man named Johan Gomez that about swallowed that up, knocking down the pass.
Already 48 rushing yards tonight for the Ames Little Cyclones. They have not completed a pass. 4:22, opening quarter of play. Bobcats down 7-0. Canton Wine surveys the Bobcat defense. He pump fakes and loads up deep to the far side and throws one out of bounds. And it will be 4th down and 17. And I would imagine we'll see the offense stay out of the field. No, it looks like we will see the special teams unit come out onto the field, and the punter, Conrad Sutton, is out to punt this one away for the Ames Little Cyclones.
Yeah, and anytime you get Trey Brooks out there, there's chances for something to be special. Here already has a 91-yard kickoff return for a touchdown this year.
Top 10 in 5A football in all-purpose yards coming into this matchup. He's at number 7. Punt will go out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start their 3rd drive of the night. So a couple of opening punts for the Bobcat offense. 3rd one, they're going to have to drive pretty much the length of the field here, but you feel much better after getting that 3 and out right there to the Ames Little Cyclones, who kind of shot themselves in the foot. They would have been near in the red zone had a holding penalty on the backside of a play not brought them back, then a false start. So that's one thing, you always got to play clean in these kind of games.
Yeah, you look at great play by the defensive line there, both a tackle by Barker, knocking down a screen pass by Johan Gomez, and then great coverage with number 8 on the far side of the field, Rogelio Saren, along with the safety on that side.
4:09 to go in the opening quarter as the play clock will be reset. As the officials will wind and good to go here as shotgun formation. Tate Ring stands to left of his sophomore quarterback. It's a direct snap, too. Tate Ring breaks an initial tackle. Stiff arm gets him up to the 19, and a good run on 1st down. You like to see that from Tate Ring. A nearly 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Yeah, you saw him almost break through, just did not let go of the ankle. You see Tate, that direct snap gets it low, but is able to fight through it. And if he could have got through that leg tackle, it might have been something of 20, 30 yards. Great run by Tate Ring.
Pistol formation for the Bobcats. Trayshawn Brooks to the near side. It's a bootleg to the backside and just thrown behind the wingback, Kusaro, who's in the flat. That would have been a 1st down had it been a little bit better placed. But nevertheless, it brings up a short, manageable 3rd down and 4 situation for the Bobcats. Ball resting in the middle of the field for the red and blue, who it is at home here tonight. I know it's senior night for not the football team here tonight, but it is senior night for some of the other sports, including boys golf and boys cross country. And so we'll try to get some of that coverage at halftime here as well. Bobcats on 3rd and 4. Got to pick one up. Low snap down to the turf. And this one back to the 16-yard line. It'll be a loss of 3, nearly 4 yards for the Bobcats. And it will bring up 4th down. And here comes the special teams unit for the 3rd time now here tonight. Bobcats with a punt.
And that was the 3rd snap in this drive that was below the knees. That was the lowest of the 3. Bobcats have not been able to do the simplest of things in that center to quarterback exchange all year long.
Tyrell French, the senior, is at center tonight. That is a change from Max Reed. The snap is rolled back to the punter. They try to get it away, and Ames will scramble on it at the 30-yard line. And when it rains, it pours. Special teams miscues here tonight aplenty All 3 punts so far tonight have either not gone very far or, like that one, just a bad snap that Johan was lucky just to get something away here.
Yeah, and it looks like on that fumble, the running in the kicker is not a penalty.
No, I don't believe so.
No, because it was a live ball in that scenario.
Expect a deep shot here. 4 wide receivers, and I would expect them to try to go deep or do something here to catch the Bobcats off guard, as it looks like some situation be explained to head coach Adam Goodvin. He might have had the same question about running in, but since he picked up the ball and kind of started to scramble, I think it's fair game at that point. 4 down lineman for the Bobcats, as Canton Wine all by himself in the backfield. A wide receiver screen on the far side. It is completed, and that one will be decent yardage on first down. I believe is that Jeffrey Roberts, number 18? Yeah, it was. Jeffrey Roberts made the catch. He came in 18 receptions, 419 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season as a sophomore makes the catch right there. Canton Wine quickly in the backfield. Jamison Poe, handoff stretch play to the far side of the field. Poe skips his way past a few defenders at the 15-yard line. He's down inside the 10. He has a first down, and just like that, on 2 plays, the little Cyclones in the red zone.
Yeah, just taking that left side, and that's where the quarterback being able to keep on many of those opportunities creates doubt in the Bobcat defender who has the football.
First and goal at the 9-yard line for the Ames Little Cyclones. Poe shifts to the left of his quarterback. He'll block Canton Wine. He's got the end zone easily. Touchdown. 9-yard rumble. Second touchdown of the night. That is the 5th rushing touchdown on the season now for Cameron Canton Wine, sophomore quarterback for the Ames Little Cyclones.
This has been one of the worst starts of the football game in a sea of not great starts. You see, he just bounces to the outside. The whole defense sucks in. Rogelio Sarin got blocked into the end zone.
PAT is up, and it will be good for the kicker in Austin McIntyre. He's 2 for 2 on PATs, and it's now 14-0. Ames on top of your Marshalltown Bobcats on KFJB-TV. Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing and couldn't get to him. Wade throws late over the middle field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do! Third drive of the game goes for a touchdown. It's now 14-0 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Is 9-yard touchdown run by Cameron Canton Wine as they go 30 yards down the field after the nearly blocked punt on Johan Gomez on a bad snap. Kickoff all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown.
Yeah, you have Wapsie Valley up 6-0 on BCO.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that scoreboard update coming up here in just a little bit as the Bobcats, Blaine Landeros with the cover up at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start with it. All right, now time for a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
Apologize, got real excited about that Wapsie Valley score. It's 6-0 over BCOUW. Southeast Polk up on Waukee 6-0, and then Waukee Northwest leads Ottumwa 5 minutes into that game, 14-0.
Thanks to Jeff Brooks back at the KFJB radio studios. Maybe you're joining us there on AM 1230, FM 93.9 here tonight. I think the ball was spotted at the 35. It should be at the 34, and they just moved it back just a touch. So that's where the Bobcats will start now on their 4th drive of the night. Hoping this one does not end in a punt here, Dylan. You do not want to do that again with 1:42 to go in the first quarter. Hayes pass out to the far side of the field, and just off the fingertips of his senior wide receiver, Corey Smith. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats. As on a windy night tonight, you got to be sure-handed. It's the coldest game of the season so far. It's 51 degrees out there right now, but those are plays you really got to have.
That's the second drop. Yes, the Kusero was behind it, but those are 2 drops. But the Bobcats seem to be going back to that quick one step and get it out as they did effectively against Waterloo West in that first half last week.
Pistol for Jacob Hayes. Quick pass over the middle of the field. He has it to Kusero and up just shy of midfield. He'll be brought down at the 49-yard line for Caleb Kusero. Big connection right there. Nearly 15 yards to move the chains.
Yeah, you see here a really good snap and then just a little jump pass almost across the field, and Caleb Kusero landed awkwardly but picked up the first down right at midfield.
So good pass completion right there for the Bobcats to get up to the 50. It is a 16-yard connection. Full house pistol and a low snap. Hayes picks it up. He's going to have to scramble for his life, and that will be a loss of over 5 yards. It's a 6-yard loss, brings up 2nd and 16, and just as soon as you get working down the field, a negative play comes into the situation right there, and unfortunately, this is just not an offense built for 2nd and 16 a whole lot of times in an evening.
And this is where, with high school football, so much of the time it's out of the pistol. But what happens when your center can't get it to the quarterback, but you're not used to going under center?
Yeah, it's kind of a conundrum there. 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Snap to Hayes. He looks on a slant route. It is tipped, and it is picked. And Ames has it coming to the near side. It's Cameron Strawhacker, one man to beat, and he'll be brought down by Tate Ring inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that one on a slant route. The senior wide receiver had it kind of go off of his fingertips as Trayshawn Brooks not able to come up with it, but Ames did.
It was right there.
Yeah.
It was right there, and it went right through his hands. Bobcats, Jacob is 2 of 5 tonight. He should be 5 of 5.
Yeah.
Three drops by 3 different receivers. And it just is getting worse here in Marshalltown.
Pistol formation as Poe is the deep back. He slides to the right. Now he gets the handoff, a sweep play to the far side. Bobcats trying to chase him down before the first down marker. Elio Sarin is a man late on the hit. He'll be pushed out of bounds, I believe, right there at just inside the 10 at nearly the 9. They need to get to the 8.5 for a first down, so it's a 9-yard pickup on first down by Jamison Poe as we approach the final seconds here. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ames already up 14-0. Strawhacker, the quarterback, run right up, and where is the defense? It is a 9-yard touchdown run for Cameron Strawhacker, his 3rd of the game, and nearly untouched. The seas parted for Strawhacker. Canton one, excuse me.
Yeah, the same play over and over. Fake the handoff to Poe and just go off that left side, and nobody on the right side of the Bobcats defense cares anything about tackling. It's just wide open.
So Canton Wine with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. The PAT is good for Austin McIntyre, and it is now 21-0. Ames leading the Marshalltown Bobcats. Coming up after the game tonight, we will present our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill Player of the Game in Marshalltown, open for dine-in, patio, or to-go. Visit them pre or post-game. 21-0 is our score as our kickoff coming up in just a moment. All brought to you by 5 Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown. Really, really rough start. I don't know how you can sugarcoat anything that's going on right there. Guys not just... I don't want to question not competing, but at the same point in time, like, you've got to make these plays.
No,
you've got to make
competing.
these catches.
They're down 21-0. They have 3 punts for 30 yards total. They've had 3 sacks. They've fumbled multiple times, have a pick, dropped 3 balls. It's not been a good effort. It's very Newton-esque. Bobcats have to show up or they're going to get run off the field.
That is for sure. As the Bobcats have it with Tate Ring. He brings it up at the 30 and dropped down at the 32-yard line.
And here's the crazy thing is the Bobcats, sans getting the ball at the 14 one time, have had really good field position.
They have. This might be
the
best
maybe, I think
of the
it is.
season. Yeah, for sure. So 2 seconds remain in this open quarter of play as the Bobcats trailing big at home at Leonard Cole Field against the Little Cyclones.
they're playing around. It sees that Sam Griesel's working on that long snap, but even on the sideline does not look solid.
And a timeout's going to be called by the Bobcats. And we'll keep it here in this first quarter. Bobcats have been giving up an average of nearly 32 points per game on defense. Last week in the loss to Waterloo West, gave up 147 yards through the air, 167 on the ground, 314 yards. That's been the biggest thing, as they have just not been able to get themselves off the field. Obviously, they haven't been helped by an offense that has not been able to produce a ton of yards. They're averaging about 200 yards per game and have really struggled to consistently move the sticks and keep some of those guys on the other side. Plus, obviously, there are guys going back, both ways on the football field, which also has kind of hurt, especially when the defense is out there so much.
Yeah, and you look even on the sideline right now, you see Xavier Anderson throwing the football on the sideline with an assistant coach. Not sure if Coach Goodvin's thinking about a change at quarterback, though at the time being, Jacob Hayes is still out there at the quarterback position.
And Jacob has not looked off or anything. A bad snap. That one right through Jacob Hayes' hands. Luckily bounces right to Tate Ring, and he's going to be run out of bounds short of the 45-yard line to the near side. Looks like it's going to be a run of nearly 10 yards to pick up the first down, and they will move the chains ahead as it looks to be up to the 43-yard line and enough to pick up the first down. So a good play, could have been a bad play, but turns into a good play by the senior running back.
Yeah, and actually Tate has 3 solid runs. It's been the negative plays that hit him. He was able to have Johnny on the spot and picked up the first down.
At the end of one, it's 21-0. Cyclones on top of the Bobcats on KFJB-TV.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a Scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in Scream. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
Bobcats in a deep early hole here at home at Littercole Field as it's 21-0. Little Cyclones leading the Bobcats. Bobcats offense will come back out as we start the second quarter. It is going to be first down and 10 for the Bobcats as Tate Ring just picked up a 10-yard gain on first down off of what looked to be a bad snap, but luckily bounced the right way, and the Bobcats looking to get the ball moving down the field as their first 4 drives, an interception and 3 punts so far tonight. So they've had plenty of possessions, just have not made them count so far.
Yeah, it really has, and they've struggled with any sense. You now see Johan Gomez a little confused where he's at, but playing that extended tight end in the slot there.
Hayes has it. Counterplay to Tate Ring. Bounces outside left tackle, and as he gets over towards the Little Cyclone bench, it is going to be about a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8 there for Tate Ring, who's limping a little bit after the play.
Yeah, it's every time the Bobcats get the snap and it's around the ankle, all offense gets off. It's an extended pause. Everything's thrown off, and you're battling behind the sticks every single time.
Second down and 9. Ball on the far side hash as Bobcats now going west-east in the second quarter. Pistol as Hayes with the snap rolls out to the near side, throws it to Trayshawn Brooks, caught at the 50-yard line and pushed back as forward progression up to the 49-yard line. A manageable third down situation for the Bobcats. It looks like somebody's down on the sideline on the near side as the officials have called for time. And I'm not sure if that's Trayshawn Brooks who made the catch.
It looks like
the man is down.
It's Trey. Yeah, it's you see he's really can't see anything because all the Bobcats.
I was going to say, what are you trying to say? Because I can't.
Yeah, I can't see anything. I was trying to angle over, and it's just nothing you can see there. But
So 11:05 in this second quarter of play. Good catch right there. Third down, a little bit more manageable here.
Yeah, Jacob was able to get that completion. You like to see him be able to put some hot sauce on it, but you can tell with the drop balls, you can see that Jacob's trying to guide it, kind of lollipop it a little bit more. You really want him to have that trust and be able to just get back, set, fire it, and allow, that looks like an ankle or something because he is limping pretty good.
So unfortunately, Trayshawn Brooks, one of the best playmakers on the Bobcats, is out, a former Little Cyclone himself. His family moved over to Marshalltown.
And we are happy that they did because Trey Brooks definitely has that athletic skill set that the Bobcats desperately need. Really going to have to be Aiden Smitherman, the sophomore on the top side, or Corey Smith on the bottom making some plays.
Hand off to Xavier Anderson, and he was looking to pass. I think that's why he was on the sideline warming up. Spikes the football going out of bounds, and that'll bring up fourth down. A little moment of frustration there from Xavier Anderson. Undoubtedly understandable right there for the Bobcats, as it'll be fourth down. And was there a penalty after the play, or just where
the ball ended up? You see Xavier
must have been
Anderson,
out of bounds before he got rid of that.
Huge pressure by Ames, blew it up. Roger Lopez was in the backfield right when Xavier Anderson was given the ball.
So the win behind Johan Gomez as he'll get this one away as it's angled towards the 20-yard line. It'll be down to the 15-yard line and break a couple tackles. Cameron Canton-Wine, he's going to return to the far side up to the 40. Cuts it back at the 50 and finally pushed out of bounds as there is a flag back down at the 23-yard line. He could be holding on the return team.
Yeah, they blocked a Bobcat defender to the ground and then just held. You'll see it here on the top side. Number 17 was just holding Rogelio Sarin to the ground. So number 17, Matt Hall, will be called for holding.
So that will back Ames up quite a bit as they had the return to midfield. And now a flag is being, never mind. I thought a new flag was being thrown right there, but it was just the official tossing the flag back to the other official. And so with the flag, it brings back inside the 15 at the 14-yard line is where the Ames Little Cyclones will start this drive on their own side of the field.
Now or never for the Bobcats. It looks like it's going to be a false start. Are they going to call it offsides? They call it offsides.
So Bobcats line up offside, and it's going to be first down and 5. 10:35, second quarter. And the last thing you want to do is give any easy yards to Ames.
They've already come easy enough. To do it without a play makes it even that much worse.
Poe is in the slot on the bottom side of your TV screen. Cameron Canton-Wine in the backfield giving the signals to his 3 wide receivers split out. And Canton-Wine runs just right up the gut, puts a head down, and he is slung down past first down yardage at the 27-yard line.
Where the Bobcats have shown some strength, is there another flag on the field there?
I think there is. Sticks were looking to move on the far side of the field, but the officials stopping the clock. And we do have a false start on the Ames Little Cyclones. Got going early there on that play.
One of the things with Ames, everything is about forward motion, and you go just to these small rudimentary things, but the snaps have been perfect for Ames, and because they're moving at such a nuanced kind of a ballet motion where everything's in step, they are just being able to fire off the ball. Bobcats have done a good job, defensive line, of pressuring the passer, but with Ames not needing to throw the ball, the defensive line has not been able to get home on the run.
Canton-Wine gets to the position. Everybody lines up, and then they check to the sideline on the play call here. Poe, the deep back, out of the pistol formation. Poe slides just to the right, and a handoff going right up the middle. Poe's going to fight past a couple of guys at the 30. He's loose. As on the far side, Xavier Anderson was trying to track him down, but before he can get there, Poe is pushed out of bounds before midfield, but a big run up near the 44-yard line. As you see the replay here, just went off of right tackle, and boy, he shot through that little seam.
Poe was not touched at one point until the 42-yard line. Rogelio Sarin was the only Bobcat defender to touch him. It was just a wide open right side of the line.
Pistol formation again, handoff. No, Canton Wine keeps it himself. Big seam on the far side. He gets around the edge. First down and more. It's a gain of nearly 15 yards for Cameron Canton Wine, who is running loose in this one already tonight. Over 60 yards of rushing. Jameson Poe over 60 yards as well.
Yeah, they're already up to 143 yards rushing and have only had to throw the football 3 times for a total of 6 yards. We said it, if they could run the football effectively, not have to throw, this was going to be a win for Ames. So far, that's all that we're seeing is a ton of green and the little Cyclones just chewing it up.
Canton Weiner runs straight up the gut again as he gets behind that big bruising offensive line. He'll push down to the 36-yard line. They spot him short of the 35-yard line, but quickly moving into Bobcat territory on another drive. Canton Wine, if you're just joining us already, 3 rushing touchdowns tonight against the Bobcats.
Yeah, almost 100 yards. Bobcats, you would think they're going to start moving their linebackers up, but they're not. And so far, the defensive line getting blown off the ball, and they're getting a running head start at every single play.
Poe comes in motion, gets the handoff, cuts it back towards the hashes, and he's got a first down at the 25-yard line. That was interesting. They made it look like he was going to run in a sweep, and then at the last second, he just goes north-south on him and cuts it right up on the hashes off of right guard and picks up an easy first down.
Yeah, he's got that low body frame, moves well for his size, but you see the no Ignacio Macias for the Bobcats. That defensive line is just porous in the middle.
Approaching 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Poe off of right guard. He's going to be down to the 20-yard line. And just chunk plays as of right now. Another nice gain of nearly 5 yards on first down.
They keep moving the ball ahead. The only time they've had to punt was when they had those 2 big penalties back-to-back and started at 1st and 25. Everything else has been plus plays over and over and over again.
Poe, backside, he gets the handoff, and around right tackle, he's going to be close to a first down. A couple of Bobcats, including Nick Wise, in there to bring Poe down, but it is just 1 yard short, so a 4-yard gain. It's 3rd and 1 for Ames with 8:20 in the second quarter.
Yeah, big play by the junior tight end, Jason Roberts, just that kick-out block, I believe on Lincoln Barker on that far side. Just absolutely throttled the Bobcats and sprung that run.
Canton Wine fakes the handoff to Poe. He's blown up in the backfield, and finally a play behind the sticks. One of very few here tonight is Canton Wine brought down for a loss as Lincoln Barker in there, but Xavier Anderson was the first man to make that play.
And finally they brought that linebacking help, that run blitz there, because you knew that Furch was going to go there at some point because they were getting no push off that line. Nice play call to get the linebackers up to the line of scrimmage and involved in the play.
Loss of 3. It's 4th down and 4. Canton Wine and the offense will stay on the field, but before they do that, a timeout with 7:29 second quarter. Bobcats 0, Little Cyclones 21 on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
7:29 in the second quarter. Bobcats trailing the Little Cyclones 21-0. Welcome back to Leonard Cool Field. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside. Let's get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
And the Ottumwa Bulldog streak continues. Third game in the row, giving up over 40 points in the first half. They're down 41-0 10 minutes before the half. Wapsie Valley 24, BCLUW 0, and Fort Dodge St. Edmund over Colonesco 16-12.
On the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard again, second quarter, 21-0. Bobcats trailing the Ames Little Cyclones. They are in Bobcat territory deep. A scramble on fourth as Davis Ragland got pressure and then kind of pulled up. I'm not really sure what that was all about. I think he thought maybe there was going to be a pass, but Cantonwine brought it down. He was able to get outside of Johan Gomez, and it's a first down as the Ames Little Cyclones get deeper into Bobcat territory inside the red zone.
Yeah, Cantwine went with that play action and then had a inside receiver on the slant, faked the throw, got Ragland kind of between land, and then he went for a run for the first down.
Handoff Poe bounces off two tackles, bounces outside at the hashes, dives towards the pylon. He's going to be marked out short of the end zone, but it is going to be a first and goal situation for the Little Cyclones as they were on the 12 and spotted inside the 4 down to the 3-yard line. So a pickup of 9 and a first down.
Seen a lot of the tackling that the Bobcats tried in the fourth quarter last week. Shoulder tackling, pushing, not wrapping up.
Cantonwine straight ahead from 2 yards out. He pushes in for his fourth rushing touchdown of the game. It is now Little Cyclones 27-0 on top of the Bobcats, PAT pending.
Yeah, Cameron Cantonwine doing his best Cale Hobart impersonation, just running over the Bobcats. Simple play. Just off the right side, off that center guard combo, and not even touch before he got to pay dirt.
McIntyre on for the PAT for the Little Cyclones. It's up, and that one will be good, and it is now 28-0.
It was no good.
It was no good. Okay, just off to the right side. The officials there.
Our angle
just outside, yeah.
Our angle up here makes it a little bit difficult on some of those right around the upright.
27-0 with 7:10 second quarter as you're watching Bobcat Athletics right here on KFJB-TV. As we'll stay right here. Kickoff coming up in just a moment as the Bobcats already 1-5 on the season, in danger of going to 1-6 with a loss here tonight against their Highway 30 rival, Ames Little Cyclones.
Yeah, outside of a miracle, it looks like Ames is going to go 9 out of the last 10. Looking on the sideline, it looks that Trey Brooks has, I believe, ice on that right knee.
I believe it was the left knee they were checking out, though. Over on the sideline, they were kind of stretching out. So I'm not sure if something happened when he came down after that reception.
I think it was his right knee. He didn't put any weight on his right knee when he was coming on.
Five-Star Realty kickoff is away. Bobcats have it deflect off them, but pick it up as Landeros covers it up on the 33-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start here at 7 minutes to play in the second quarter. Clock is still ticking for some reason.
Yeah. There it stops.
There we go. Only lost 10 seconds. Not a big deal, right?
No.
So 27-0 is our score. Little Cyclone on top of the Bobcats. Hayes, hands off. Bounce to the tackle, stiff arm out there for Tate Ring. Slows down as he got to the 45-yard line, and an ankle tackle brings him down right there. It's a first down. Tate Ring, he's had a couple nice runs so far tonight.
And to the bounce of the outside, absolute great block by Davis Ragland. Gets out, and then he just kind of stops. And that's where Tate will get. If he's uncertain, he just will kind of stop. But so far, pretty good game. His second double-digit carry. He's up to just a little over 4 yards a carry at 33 on 8 carries.
First down and 10. Ball spotted up at the 45-yard line, near side hash. Counterplay to Tate Ring. He's got pressure as Lopez, the linebacker, is chasing him down, pushes him out of bounds, short of midfield. As Tate Ring doing a good job to be elusive right there and make something out of nothing, as Ames was reading that play pretty well.
Yeah, this is probably the best the Bobcats have looked running the football. Now they're doing it out of some interesting sets and things. It's not just straight up, but Tate's making the most of his carries, up to almost 40 yards in the first half.
Bobcats average 99 rushing yards per game so far this season, just averaging nearly 12 points per game. They've got to score much more than that to get back in this one here tonight. Xavier Anderson, a handoff right up the gut, breaks a couple of tackles, reaches forward, and has enough for the first down, and that'll move the sticks again inside the 45-yard line with 6:07 on the clock, second quarter. Bobcats trying to strike for their first score of the night.
As you see this right here, Xavier Anderson running really hard. A great block by Tyrell French. A much bigger interior lineman. Again, he's substituting for Reed there in the middle. It gives a lot more girth, about 80 more pounds, if not 100 more pounds on the line with Reed out.
Make the handoff. Jacob Hayes is going to scramble to the far side of the field. He'll get around the outside and pick up the first down, run out of bounds near the 30-yard line. And that's one thing we alluded to in the pregame. We haven't seen Jacob Hayes run a ton this year. 22 rushes for 20 yards. And right here we see him scramble for the first down. A nice play right there by the sophomore signal caller.
Yeah, he's able to start chopping up some yards. Bobcats, 5:41 left to go in the half. They need to get on the board. They will be kicking off in the second half, but you get a touchdown here and get a stop.
Yeah.
Bobcats can claw their way back into it.
Pistol formation, handoff to Xavier Anderson, and not as much luck on this run as he is eaten up in the backfield. As a couple guys in there to make the play, including Cameron Strawhacker, the senior safety, coming up and helping make the tackle. A loss of 1 for the Bobcats. It'll be second down and 11. Ball on the far side hash as they try to get it into the east end zone with the wind at their back. I think that'll be interesting to see how that goes. You know, we haven't seen the Bobcats really throw into the wind a whole lot, or at least not be successful early on tonight.
Yeah, as you look at, but this with the wind behind you, you can utilize the play action because you effectively run the football here.
Pitch out near side. Here comes Tate Ring as he's looking to cut it upfield, dancing around, and he'll be back to the 30, which is the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be third down and 10. Not a lot of north-south movement there, but Ames kind of set the edge and just extended him out towards the near side.
Yeah, there comes a point where you got to put the foot in the ground and see what you can get out of it, and that's what Tate does late and able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's 27-0. Bobcats trailing to the Ames Little Cyclones tonight. Hayes surveys the defense. He'll pass over the middle of the field to Johan Gomez, but just too far outside the outstretched hands of Johan Gomez. The tight end for the Bobcats, incomplete. Fourth down and 10. I believe this is 4-down territory for the Cats.
Yeah, he had him right there, and we've talked about it a little bit earlier. Jacob's not just throwing the football. He's trying to have a light touch on it instead of just throwing it.
He's putting that thing at a target, you know?
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. He's not just throwing, he's trying to be perfect. And Johan would have been able to pick up the first down easily on that one.
Jacob Hayes tried to draw the Little Cyclones offside. Could not do so, and a timeout will be called by head coach Adam Goodvin. So the Bobcats needing a score. I don't think this is a situation where you feel like, yeah, let's get a field goal and get some points on the board. This is one where you need a touchdown. Field goal really doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it really could. The only way you could say it is they missed an extra point. So if you got 3, that's 24, but you would have to be perfect on so many opportunities. 3 two-point conversion to get back into it. I just would anticipate what you're saying is just go for it. You've got to be able to, no matter what, you've got to be able to pick up these first downs. You've got to be able to score touchdowns. We have not done so here of recent, outside of Ottumwa. It was just a nightmare getting into the end zone at Waterloo West against Newton.
So 4th and 4 after the timeout by Adam Goodvin. And the biggest playmaker on the sideline right now, Trayshawn Brooks, still getting his right knee checked out. Jacob Hayes in the pistol with Tate Ring stands to the back. Maybe look to Corey Smith on a slant route or something right here in this situation. We'll see. As Hayes drops back, he rolls out to the near side. He's got to get rid of it. He gets rid of it late, and it's nearly picked off for the second interception nearly for Cameron Strawhacker, who had one earlier tonight. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs, and the Bobcats' luck on offense runs out again.
Yeah, he was trying to find open, and you have three guys, and again, struggling to protect, so you only have three guys out in the receiving tree. Johan Gomez out there in the middle. Jacob was just trying to wait, not make a bad decision, but finally had to throw it and just a little bit too far outside of Johan's grasp.
Cameron Cantonwine, 4 rushing touchdowns tonight. There's been a train on the ground. He's going to go to the air, and that is a deep post route, and it's caught up at the 35-yard line. Deep shot to Jeffrey Roberts. It's caught. First down, and just like that, into Ames territory. Huge play for the Little Cyclones.
Yeah, I was just able to get a deep post. What I'll say when we've hit on Rogelio a few times is on those release plays where he's one-on-one, he's allowed people to get behind him. In that point, did a nice job. Forced a perfect throw, but was able to tackle him after a 35-yard gain.
Ames now at the 35 in Bobcat territory. Handoff to Poe, and a big seam opens up. He's down to the 20 outside the numbers and pushed out of bounds near the 15. A late hit out of bounds. That'll be a personal foul, and it's going to be on Xavier Anderson, and I'm sure he's going to be heading to the sideline, as that is a late hit for him as Juan Perez Mendoza comes in to replace him. But just unnecessary and a frustration play right there is Poe. 2 plays, and they have him down inside the red zone.
Yeah, we had that last week when things got going bad. It was Zach Wilder. There you see Xavier Anderson doing it. One thing from the cornerback position, Bobcats are allowing themselves to be blocked 20 yards downfield. Cornerbacks have to be able to be much more involved in that outside run game.
I think Sam Griesel was actually replaced by Juan Perez Mendoza, who comes into the game. And they run a sweep to the far side of the field with Poe. A good job by the Bobcats on containment right there. Coming up and helping kind of set that edge for the Bobcats, Jackson Hinkle, and pushed him back inside, and a few other Bobcats were able to clean things up as Jacob Gudith, unfortunately, slow to get up right there. Looks like he's all right, though. Second down and goal from the 6-yard line. Cantonwine is the quarterback all by himself. He'll take it himself, and he has his 5th rushing touchdown of the game. It is a 6-yard touchdown run for Cameron Cantonwine. And tonight, the Bobcats have given up 6 rushing touchdowns to Cameron Cantonwine. He came in with 6 touchdowns to his name, so he's matched his season total touchdowns here in the first half.
It's not as bad as 6. It's still
5.
bad. It's only 5.
Sorry.
But you see him just
I had visions, I guess.
You might be forthtelling of what will happen, because this has been the worst first half of football Bobcats played all year.
PAT is up, and that one just sneaks through. The wind kind of pushed that one back, but it does just get through, and the officials were kind of leaning around and making sure that did get through the uprights, and yes, it did. It is now 34-0. Little Cyclones on top of the Bobcats on KFJB-TV. Bobcats down 34-0 as we are just 2:58 away from halftime. Coming up at halftime, we will talk to Zach Wall and Drew Anderson with the MFL. We're having a meat sale going on, fundraiser from 9 to 2 tomorrow during the games. Proceeds will go towards new helmets and other equipment, so a great cause there. 5-Star Real Estate Group brings you our kickoff here tonight after Cantonwine is 5th rushing touchdown of the night. It's now 34-0. This one a 6-yard touchdown as they drive 70 yards downfield. Squib kick is picked up. Before it squibs, Landeros has it up at the 40, and he'll be pushed out of bounds just shy of midfield. But, yeah, Blaine Landeros, the senior, able to get that one and give the Bobcats good field position. But unfortunately, not to hammer them too much tonight, good field position has meant absolutely nothing for the offense.
I don't think you're hammering. I think you're telling the truth. I think that
sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah, it's really the lone area of this game that Bobcats have done well is the return game.
Snap and the handoff to Tate Ring. Bounced it off a couple of Ames little Cyclones, and more work than it needs to be for just a 3-yard gain.
Still a positive play on first down, getting to 2nd and 7. Bobcats continually getting some positive yards here. It's just the passing game's been very tough for the Bobcats, with Jacob Hayes going 3 of 8 for 24 yards.
Yeah, I mean, a good game, but a lot of work there for only 3, Tough sledding tonight for the running backs. Only a couple of really nice runs. Xavier Anderson had one of those. And that was just 8 yards. Hayes to the air as he sails one over the intended target. Corey Smith incomplete. It'll bring up a quick 3rd down. And that's kind of what I was talking about.
Yep.
You're incomplete on the next play, and then it's 4th and it's right back to Ames, and then your defense is back out there trying to make a stop here tonight against a team that's had a lot of success. And it's just be nice to see a sustained offensive drive to give them a breather, especially with 2:08 to go before halftime. The last thing you want to do is give up a late score before the break.
And then just kick it right on back to them.
Yeah, exactly.
As, again, the Bobcats received the opening kick to start this game.
Blitz, and Ames is in the backfield quickly. Hayes has to roll out. He passes deep down the field. That one almost intercepted by Jamison Poe. Smitherman was the intended target, but Poe, who just outleapt his teammates, 5'8", 170, and just a beautiful play right here by the corner as Hayes was scrambling for his life right out of the gate.
Ring and Raglan pick up the blitz, but Aiden Smitherman quickly turned into a cornerback. This is where no Trey Brooks, you don't have that offensive mismatch.
Yeah.
You now see Rogelio Sarin in as on the punt team. Looks like the Bobcats are going to punt and try to pin the oh my.
High snap, and just getting it away is Johan Gomez, who averages nearly 33 yards per punt. They do opt to return it there as, boy, I tell you what, he does not lack any confidence. Cameron Canton-Wine took that punt return and was going to return it, had no room to work with, but he's an extremely aggressive quarterback who's already rushed for 5 rushing touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why he would not be extremely confident. But you see even the snap back there, it wasn't on the ground or anything, but it took so long to get back there that the Bobcats, it really is, are we going to punt? And I understand the punting, but our punt game has really struggled.
Canton-Wine back out there, 4 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Quick wide receiver screen, and they pass upfield again. That was a double pass. They passed it initially to Jeffrey Roberts, and he just had to sling that thing out of there to Jamison Poe, or else he was going to be brought down for a loss. So 2nd down and 10 for the Little Cyclones with 1:46 to go before halftime.
Yeah, the junior linebacker, Xavier Anderson, made a great play batting the ball down because the double pass would have worked. There was a streaking wide open Ames player there up on the sideline.
Cameron Canton-Wine will hand it off to Jamison Poe, the junior running back. Skips over a Bobcat at the 20-yard line. He's pushed out of bounds over the 30-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down for the Ames Little Cyclones as they continue to move the chains. I did notice that Owen Eaton, he was listed at being able to go here tonight, but I've seen him just on the sideline down below by where Trayshawn Brooks was. Trayshawn Brooks now is walking around.
No, he's still down there. He's got a black coat on him, so he's covering that red, but they brought the gator out.
Okay, all right. So I saw Manuel Perez, who was kind of walking around. He had the sleeve, and I thought it looked like Trayshawn Brooks, but no, you're right. I did not see Trayshawn with the coat blended in there. Poe gets the handoff in 1st and 10, and he's going to keep the legs driving ahead as he gets over the 35-yard line to the 36. That'll be a 5-yard gain on 1st down as we are under 90 seconds to play in the first half. Ames operating quickly here. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Canton Wine with the running back Poe behind him. Snap brings him down. Canton Wine keeps it himself. And he's got the 1st down plus more up to the 50-yard line. About a 14-yard gain or so, right in that range. And Canton Wine with a good run off of right guard here. And quickly, just like that, at midfield, they are looking to score again before the break.
245 yards on the ground. Poe's got 134 off of 14 carries. Canton Wine has 111 off of 15 carries with those 5 touchdowns.
As the snap comes, Canton Wine fakes. Will go deep towards the far side of the field. Rogelio Sarin on the coverage. Breaks it up. It's incomplete. Jeffrey Roberts, the wide receiver, had a hand in on it. As we look over here on the side, the Gators going to help assist Trayshawn Brooks off the field. So an unfortunate situation. Definitely never want to see that for anybody, and especially your senior season.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like Trey's definitely not coming back anytime here tonight. But the other senior out there, Rogelio Sarin, in coverage has been very good tonight, I think.
Thought he did a nice job right there. 3 wide receiver set for the Ames Little Cyclones. They bring Jeffrey Roberts in motion again from left to right. Look to pass, a screen pass in the middle of the field. It's intercepted by Davis Ragland. He's at the 30, at the 20. 10, touchdown, Bobcats. Davis Ragland, a pick 6 for the Bobcats. Got him right back in this one.
Hot dang, it was a great read by Davis Ragland. And this is why it's so important you stop the run for Ames, because they're not effective passing the football. You see great pressure, but that's where Ragland stops. Great read by Ragland, and that's a touchdown. And we have got the touchdown disco ball a-going.
Xavier Anderson will hold as Luis Monge is on for the PAT for the Bobcats. Snap's good, and the hold a little bit late, and Monge has it blocked, and it will remain 6 for the Bobcats. 34-6, Davis Ragland gets the Bobcats on the scoreboard, though. A much-needed play right before halftime here with 30 seconds to go. Still down pretty big, but at least you get yourself that score you were trying to get.
Yeah, and it wasn't a mistake either. Davis Ragland, you can tell, is still playing at that high level, is because he read that perfectly. And he turned around, got into coverage, and Canton Wine just threw it right to him. Great play by number 18.
Roger Lopez, the tight end, was the intended target. And, Ragland just basically ran that route for him. And just a great play. That's one thing about Ragland all season, whether it's getting the carries. I know they backed him off on getting a lot of carries early on because he's just so effective out there on the defensive side at linebacker. But he is one guy that you never question his effort out there.
Right, and even offensively, they've also just had to keep him in as an additional blocker. Because he's basically operating as the 6th or 7th offensive lineman from that fullback position.
So Luis Monge is on for the kickoff, all brought to you by 5-Star Real Estate Group. 16 kickoffs on the season coming into this matchup, 4 of them for touchbacks. Win behind him, that would be nice to see a touchback in this situation. He'll kick lefty, as he can kick either left or right footed. Back to the 5-yard line. Ames will have it to bring it up the near side. A couple of missed tackles. And at the 30 is finally brought down as a good tackle right there by Luis Monge. The kicker is able to bring back the return man, which was Roman Johnson, bringing that one back for the Little Cyclones.
And it's not as bad of a deal to be tackled by a Bobcat kicker. Monge is no Gomez, but he is over 6 feet tall, so it's not the traditional 5'6", 135 punter.
Just 21 seconds to go before halftime. Ames will get it back. I don't doubt that they'll be aggressive here with the final 21 seconds.
I'm thinking they're just going to turn around and hand this thing off after the pick six last play.
All right. Jameson Poe gets a handoff, pushes one of his blockers around, and the run will get him up towards midfield. And I believe one timeout left here in this first half for the Ames Little Cyclones. As the chains will move, the clock will stop, and now rolling again, 10 seconds to go before halftime. Ames scrambles to the line of scrimmage, and they will snap this one. And Canton Wine is going to go deep to the near side. He's got Jeff, the wide receiver, in Jeffrey Roberts open, but it goes in between the hands. It's incomplete, and that's how the first half will end. Bobcats almost got a pick on that play as well, too. Good coverage downfield.
Yeah, Smitherman on the last time on offense, he had turned a defensive back, complete reverse opposite there where he turned into the wide receiver just off his outstretched fingers. Bobcats have a first half they'd love to forget.
34-6 at the break. Coming up, it is our halftime report. We'll get you stats and halftime adjustments from Leonard Colefield at Marshalltown High School. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends at their outdoor patio, Gutter Point, for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. Daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social, South 6th Street, Marshalltown.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
At the break, the Bobcats trailing big 34-6. One score in that first half came late just before halftime. Other than that, been pretty slow going on the offensive side, to say the least.
Yeah, it's just been bad. It's no other way to say it. His snaps have been low, so every single play is a half step behind what it should be. Jacob Hayes is trying to be perfect with the football, not just throwing it, which has created some missed opportunities. Receivers are dropping passes, and worst of all, Trey Brooks went out on the gator, couldn't even walk off on his own. Silver lining, I actually think running the football, Tate Rings had some nice runs so far tonight. He does have over 40 yards on 11 carries so far.
Yeah, the one bright spot, there hasn't been a whole lot. The return game has been pretty good, but special teams has not been good. PAT got blocked. A couple of punts were just terrible. Another one was gotten away but didn't get much yardage. It was almost blocked. So a lot of miscues here tonight. It's been the Cameron Canton Wine show as well. 5 rushing touchdowns in this first half. It does not, unfortunately, look like there's a whole lot of answers. There's going to be some big adjustment at halftime to slow down this rushing attack by the Little Cyclones.
Yeah, where the Bobcats had a their only success, and it wasn't a lot, was by bringing up linebackers in run coverage with some run blitz, be it Xavier Anderson once or twice. But beyond that, they've just been on the command of whatever Poe or Canton Wine wants to do.
And the only score of the night after it was 34-0 came on this play as the Bobcats got themselves onto the board. It was a screenplay to the tight end, and Davis Ragland ran the route, and he runs it all the way into the end zone. Did a nice job to get by the quarterback in Canton Wine. Looked like he turned into a running back on that play, and the Bobcats got on the board just before halftime as PAT was blocked, and that's where we stand at 34-6. At halftime. Stats and adjustments coming up in a little bit, but next we're going to talk to Zach Wall and Drew Anderson with the MFL. They've got a fundraiser going on to get new helmets for the youth, as we'll talk about that when we come back. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
Welcome back to Marshalltown High School. We're at Leonard Cole Field. At halftime, 34-6 is our score tonight. And joining us in the press box, Zach Wall. How are you?
Good. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, good. Thanks for coming up here tonight. Appreciate it. And Drew Anderson, we had you on Bobcat Live earlier this year talking about the MFL. How's the season been going so far for you?
Good, very good so far. Kids are out there having fun, participating, and seeing like good improvement this year.
Yeah, it's MFL night here at Marshalltown High School at Leonard Cole Field, and a cool experience. I love it every year when they do this. The MFL kids get to get out there, line up, give handshakes to the varsity guys. I mean, it's one of those moments where you always kind of look back. I remember going to games when I was younger and being able to run around and meet some of those kids during homecoming week. I'm sure it's special for some of them.
Yes, it's very special for them. They have fun. Has given them something to look forward to for the later years.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, Zach, I know you're involved with the MFL as well, and you have a fundraiser going on tomorrow that's going to raise funds for new helmets and maybe some other equipment, right?
Yes. We're very blessed to have partner up with JBS and help out for the coming years for these kids.
All right, so the meat sale's going on from 9 to 2. What kind of things can people get their hands on?
Well, ribs be one of them. We got some, what else we got?
We got some baby back ribs, full loins, seasoned rib, pork loin ribs. That basically covers about it.
Yeah.
And some ground pork, sorry.
And I'm sure you're going to be cooking and smoking some of this because I know you're into that, right?
Yes.
So if you don't want to buy the raw fashion, you can buy the cooked version that you'll be cooking. That's awesome. All right, so the funds will be used how? I know maybe new helmets, that kind of thing?
New helmets, new shoulder pads, looking for new equipment for next year. That's where the funds are going towards.
And I think the idea behind it is try to keep the costs down for the kids so we get more participation. So by having these type of fundraisers, we can keep the costs down for these kids to be able to go out.
And I know talking with Adam Goodvin and some of the other coaches, the MFL really kind of helps lay the groundwork, right, for these kids as they grow up, get them some experience, learn how to work as a team, right, Zach?
That's correct, yes. These are our future Bobcats, and we're very blessed this town to have great community support to help out with this.
Yeah. As far as people can come out 9 to 2 tomorrow is the time frame. I guess where do you? Is there an easy spot for people to kind of make sure they come to? I know on Saturday game day it gets a little crazy down there.
It does get a little crazy. We have the trailer set up down by the softball complex, by the skate park, so it's right when you first come into the softball complex, right down there, easy access to get to.
That's awesome. All right, so 9 to 2, that will be out there. If anybody else wants to find out any information, maybe get involved with the MFL, how can they do so?
We have a email is mflfutures.gmail.com.
Okay. Drew Anderson as well as Zach Wall, thanks for the time. Anything else that we left out here tonight, Zach, that you want to make sure you get out there to Bobcat Nation?
No, again, I just want to reiterate how blessed we are in the community to have great sponsors to help out with the Bobcat MFL League. So
yeah, it's a good opportunity to stock up. I know that JBS has partnered in the past, and it's a heck of a deal to be able to do that. And then the funds, such a great cause. So
hope to see everybody out tomorrow and get a whole trailer load of meat. So
that sounds good. Hey, hopefully we turn this thing around and get steered the other direction in the second half, right?
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, good deal. Hey, thanks so much. As MFL night here at Marshalltown High School, it is 34-6 at the break. When we come back, we'll get our halftime stats and adjustments. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Why choose Marshalltown Community College for your education?
A quality education.
Hands-on career training.
Convenient on-campus living.
One-on-one attention from my instructors.
Earning my AA degree and transferring to university, all while saving money.
Why was MCC the right choice for me? The great student activities and the friends I met.
2 convenient locations and the option to take online classes.
The right choice is MCC.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Now time to take a look at our halftime stats, all presented by Kansas Transmission of Marshalltown. 34-6 at the break. Where do we stand stat-wise, Dylan?
Total yards for the Bobcats, 78. 54 of those on ground, led by Tate Rings, 11 carries for 42 yards. Caleb Kusero does have 1 carry for 10. Xavier Anderson has 3 carries for 2 yards. And Jacob Hayes, 3 carries for 0 yards. Jacob Hayes he is now 3 of 10 for 24 yards. He does have a pick. And I do want to see this is fantastic. A lot of the dance nights, you're seeing youth across the board, even on the field. I did promise her dad that if I remembered, I'd say it. Jillian Boone's out there. I know her grandma's watching, pretty excited for that. So Eric Boone, always on the grill there. So shout out to Jillian Boone and all the other young Bobcat cheerleaders that will be coming up through the rank. Just a great look. Really fantastic. MFL night, cheerleading, just a lot of – these are the things that put a smile on your face because the stats do not. Caleb Kusero, 2 catches for 19 yards. Trey Brooks, 1 catch, 5 yards, but he is out for the night. When you flip the page and go over to the little Cyclones, there's only 2 names that matter. It's Cameron Cantonwine and Jamison Poe. Jamison Poe, 15 carries, 149 yards. Cameron Cantonwine, 15 carries, 111 yards, but the end zone stopped him 5 times for 5 touchdowns. Cameron Cantonwine also is 2 of 7 for 41 yards. He does have that pick 6 to Davis Ragland, and that does it for the stats. All that adds up to not enough for the Bobcats with 6 and a whole lot of too many for the Cyclones at 34.
All right, let's take a look at our halftime adjustments as well, all brought to you by Kids Transmission of Marshalltown. What do you know the Cats need to do different to have a better success in the second half?
I thought the effort wasn't good, and I thought the execution was just as bad, but something that I actually think they can do here to change it up a little bit is bring more people up to the line of scrimmage. We had a little bit of success. I'd be bringing up your backers, be it Nick Wise, be it Xavier Anderson. Yes, you put yourself at the risk of going over top, but you got to do something, because if you're going with 4 people, they are just busting us in the face over and over and over again.
Yeah, that is for sure. And a struggle in the first half. We'll see how the Bobcats can turn it around in the second half coming up. As again, that's our halftime stats and adjustments, all brought to you by Kins Transmission, your family-owned transmission experts in Marshalltown. Look at that. They got all the girls going. I love it.
This is they're doing all very, very well.
They are pumped. They are pumped. That is, it's so cool. We had the dance team on a couple weeks ago on Bobcat Live, and I know they had over, I don't remember what it was. It was like over 140 girls signed up, I believe, right? It was over 130.
It was well over 100 girls, and you just see all the energy and excitement. And we talked about, because they're also doing the inclusive cheerleading and dance team where different young women with development disabilities and things are participating, want to be a part of it. So what we're seeing from the dance and cheer program this year is absolutely uplifting and fantastic.
Yep, that is for sure. So great to see future Bobcats right there in that shot. Bobcats trailing 34-6 at halftime. This is Bobcat football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Have you ever seen what it takes to fix a transmission? It takes a lot of patience, a lot of experience, and a whole lot of talent. At Kins Transmission, they have all the above. Family-owned and operated with over 62 years of experience in all areas of transmission, keeping your vehicle shifting smoothly, and routine maintenance, repair, and replacement, including automatic and manual. For reputable service you can trust, Kins Transmission. Kins Transmission at 306 East Anson Street in Marshalltown is a proud sponsor of the Marshalltown Bobcats.
.40-46 is our score at halftime. Just about ready to get going on the second half. Let's get a scoreboard update, all brought to you here tonight by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines.
At least somebody in Marshall County should be happy. And right now, West Marshall leads PCM 14-7 in the second quarter. East Marshall down big at halftime, 37-0. Grundy Center leads Alburnett 21-0. Joaquin Northwest somehow made it worse for Ottumwa, scoring 62 in the first half, 62-0. Nevada leads Harlan 14-0. And then you have Southeast Polk 19, Joaquin 0. And Wapsie Valley leads BCLUW 24-8, while Newton leads Carlisle 17-0.
Those are girls just want to have fun, Dylan.
Well, that's what I've been told. That's all they really want to do is have some fun.
It's all they really want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And I wish I'm with it too. All the Barbie lineup, pink galore. This is fantastic.
Look at that.
They've got the wave down.
Yeah.
We might see them on homecoming parade coverage here in about 10 years.
If this doesn't put a smile on your face, then you're just one grumpy person.
Yeah, it's even making this halftime.
It's making me happy.
Yeah, it is. It is bringing some smiles to the face. Well, now you know you're having a girl here pretty soon.
I was just thinking about seeing my daughter down there someday.
Yeah, in about 5-10 years, you'll see the Dancing Lewis out there. It's fantastic.
Yeah. She's going to be a good dancer like her dad.
She's going to be a good dancer.
Why are you so mean to me?
It's projecting.
I got moves on moves on moves, bro. Kickoff out of bounds, and this will be back to the 35-yard line. Give Ames a great start. Whoa, we got dogs in the booth. We got
of the hot variety.
We got hot dogs up here in the booth. All right? So these have been marinating on the roller dog machine in the booth next door.
Well, this is your first.
Staff.
This is your first time with the hot dog roller. You were in Boulder last time, so
yeah, that's true. This is only my second home game because we've been road dogs the rest of the season. Now I got a hot dog up here.
Yeah, we have Little Smokies, hot dogs, brats. We've got nachos.
Oh, wow.
We've got Snickers. We've got a Little Debbie set up. It is fantastic up here in the coaches / press box.
It's been like 2 years since I've had processed meat like this. This is something else.
34-6 will do a lot to you.
Not a bad dog. Excuse me. Canton wine. He's got his tight end. First catch of the night.
No, they're going to say incomplete, hit the turf first. My question on this
is
the
dog that got in the way.
All you're doing is running it down the Bobcats' throat. It seemed they got bored with just running it down our throat and have tried to throw it. And the Cyclones are not a good passing team.
No,
I'm just going to be straight honest all night long now. And then we're going to have, I believe, illegal formation. Or is it going to be an illegal substitution on the Bobcats?
Yeah, Sam Grease will come into the near side, so I'm not sure. And now Corey Smith is coming into the near side.
Yeah, it's going to be on the Bobcats.
Yeah, it's a legal substitution, so a 5-yard penalty. Does that mean it's still going to be first down?
They're still showing second down, but it should be first down still.
Okay, so second down and 5, I guess, is what they're going to go with. Poe will come in motion, left to right. Canton Wine, it's an option play. He'll keep it himself, cuts it up. He's got the first down at the 50, pushing his lineman in the back. He works his way inside the 45 and finally dropped to the 42-yard line. That guy can roll with a full steam ahead. He is very powerful runner as a quarterback. I mean, it's something that you don't see week in and week out, just the pure physicality of a running quarterback right there. And we have a Bobcat back at the mid-field marker.
Yeah, Casey Wilhite just drove, and we can't tell which Bobcat, but the center, Casey Wilhite, just drove him into the ground. You see Canton Wine again with that big run, as you alluded to. Nick Wise, the sophomore linebacker, just over-pursued slightly, and Canton Wine was able to jump cut back in and pick up a first down.
That was a pretty good hot dog. I honestly cannot tell you the last time I've ever had a roller dog.
No, it's so Mark Bohan runs a tight ship over there. In 2 weeks for Valley is pizza night. We have decided it's pizza night. We're talking espresso
have a nice cauliflower
machine.
crust?
I think we can do that. I was going to tell you that. So I think
sweet.
Doing a espresso machine maybe. Lots of things happening. It looks to be that is going to be Jackson Hinkle that was just drove into the ground.
Yeah, sophomore kind of.
Looks like a shoulder.
Yeah, that left shoulder just hanging. And that is a big piece out for the Bobcats because he's also the starting left tackle.
Yep.
So a couple of key unfortunate injuries here tonight. Hinkle is out. Trayshawn Brooks was carted out of the stadium after being worked on the sideline and could not put any weight on his right knee. And now Hinkle will be worked on over here on the sideline. Meanwhile, Ames will go back to work. Poe is in the backfield with Canton Wine, the quarterback. Straight up the gut for Poe. He carries a couple of Bobcats for a gain of 1 or so.
And we talked about that.
Oh, boy, a big fake job back there. And they were almost going to throw the flag, but big old number 77 for Ames. Kind of fake like he got fouled in Casey Wilhite. And the official put his hand on his flag and then brought it back. Boy, that was something else right there.
Bobcats brought that linebacker up as Nick Wise sliced through the line. As we talked about in that transmission adjustment is you got to bring the linebackers up to be able to control that line of scrimmage.
Canton Wine brings Poe in motion out of the slot. Slides him to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Now he works his way back. They fake the sweep, pass out into the flat. It's open. Lane Kenny, former quarterback earlier this season for Ames, now back at wide receiver. He's got the first down as that will move the sticks. Good play designed right there by the Ames Little Cyclones.
Yeah, they haven't really thrown too much off of that motion, but definitely just wide open, and Canton Wine was able to put it right on number 3.
Ames at the Bobcat 29-yard line. Orange and black moving the ball at will. We'll put the tight end in Roger Lopez in the slot on the near side. Canton Wine calls for it. He'll drop back, passes on a post route, and it is incomplete. Good coverage downfield by the Bobcats as Lane Kenny's the intended target. It's broken up. It looked like Kuzero on the coverage for the Bobcats to help break it up.
It was Sam Griesel, and that's always a tough one because they literally are built the same. But, yeah, that was Sam Griesel. Made a nice play. I think they're probably just working out some offensive kinks, but this Ames offense is not better when they're throwing the ball.
Second down and 10. Canton Wine scrambles to the near side, breaks a couple initial tackles, finally brought down by the ankles at the 15-yard line. A flag flies in from the near side. Could potentially be holding or something because the wide receiver on the near side was downfield in that area. If it was, it potentially could be on number 21 in Torian Cotton.
Yeah, a little broadcaster cheat. You look at the person who has their hands up like, what did I do? Even if you don't see it, you're thinking, it's probably that person.
Yeah. So with the foul, it'll bring up second down and 10 again.
It looks like the line marker's wrong.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, right. I looked at the line marker, and then I saw the official standing up near the 15. So with the spot foul, it's going to be second down and 6 yards to go. Fake the handoff. Canton Wine rolls out. He hits Lopez, the tight end, up at the 20. He's brought down inside the 15. He's got a first down. And they move the sticks again just at ease as Lopez just kind of sat underneath the coverage right there.
Yeah, and you see Kusero not trusting his eyes is because he ended up waiting about 6 yards away instead of going and attacking the play. Is the Bobcats are just playing some really soft coverage and then not flying to the football when it is thrown.
Just over 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Poe right down the gut he'll go and finally push back. As a little late pile on there by Xavier Anderson. It is going to be a gain of a few right there for Jamison Poe. He picks up nearly 5 yards. It'll be second down and a long 5 to go here. But even at a play that you don't think they have a whole lot going, they still pick up good yardage.
And we'll give Xavier credit. He's still trying to fly around. You can tell a lot of it's fueled by frustration, but at least he's still going to try to get a hit.
This one started at their own 35-yard line. They have now worked deep into Bobcat territory at the 8-yard line. They can get first down by getting to about the 3-yard line. Poe has the handoff, right guard. He'll follow down inside the 5-yard line and spotted near the first down marker. And it looks like he has it at the 2. That will be a pickup of 6 to move the sticks and first and goal for the Little Cyclones on their first drive coming out of halftime.
Yeah, it's just methodical. When they go back to the ground, they have been able to mix in a couple passes here in this drive, but when they get to the ground, the Bobcats are just on their heels.
And I mentioned he had 6 rushing touchdowns, and now he officially does. That was foreshadowing as he gives a kiss and a slap of the hand with his center in Casey Wilhite, leading the charge into the end zone right there. Canton Wine, 6 rushing touchdowns. It's now 40-6. Little Cyclones on top.
You just see number 11 becoming 1.5 Al Bundys there. As we all know, Al Bundy famously scored 4 touchdowns in the City High championship game, and now Canton Wine has 6.
Field goals up on the PAT, and it makes it 41-6. Bobcats trailing with 8:42, third quarter on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
$8:42 to go in the third quarter at Leonard Coalfield. I'm Brandon Lewis, Dylan Doze alongside as we have a kickoff, all brought to you by 5 Star Real Estate Group in Marshalltown, online at 5starhometeam.com. Back to return for the Bobcats. Not get a read on that number. I believe it might be Xavier Anderson. He's going to move his way up here. No, Xavier's on the other side. Kickoff out of bounds. Ball will be spotted up at the 35-yard line. As it looks like it was Caleb Kuzro, the deep man, and Tate Ring back to return as Trayshawn Brooks is out of this one here tonight due to injury.
Bobcats find themselves down 35. Should be a running clock.
I believe that'll start when they maybe reset after a penalty. Usually it does stop on penalties.
And change of possessions, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Officials coming to the near side to talk to Adam Goodvin. Not sure if they're going to want to take a re-kick here. Is that what they're maybe thinking there? I'm not sure, but nevertheless, Bobcats will get it at 35. Might as well take it there.
And, yeah, it's
I'm
coming
not sure if
out to the 38.
Interesting.
Yeah, must have Zakastat let us know it went out at the 38.
Okay. Pass into the flat to Kuzro, caught. He'll be tripped up just before the 50 at the 49, brought down. Good quick release by the quarterback and Jacob Hayes. That's been one thing I know that, he did have an interception earlier, but these plays right here, just a quick pass out there, get the ball away right away.
Yeah, and if Kuzro could have kept his feet, that was probably a 15, 20-yard gain. But nonetheless, picking up the first down on a nice play call on that play-action rollout.
Approaching 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hayes has a direct snap to his running back in Tate Ring. He slips on the turf, loses his balance, and unfortunately it looks like maybe an ankle or a knee bothering him after the play.
It's his left ankle. He immediately reached down to his left ankle.
Man, just guys falling all over the place. We saw Hinkle go out a little bit earlier this quarter, as well as Trayshawn Brooks lost for the night earlier tonight. We saw Owen Eaton out for a time earlier, and it's just, when it rains, it pours.
Yep. That's all the analysis, that's the word I'm looking for. That's all the analysis I have for that. Yep, you're exactly right.
I like it when you tell me I'm right.
You know what? I learned quickly in our 4 years of doing this together that a happy Brandon happens when I encourage him and tell him he's right.
Thank you.
I know my role.
Zach knows his role, too. He went and got me a dog. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's an offside.
Then he gave me a dog pound. All right, so offside. Encroachment on the little Cyclones. That will help the Bobcats out here as they were behind the sticks on 2nd and 11 after Tate Ring lost his footing. Hopefully he is all right. I do not see him over here on the sideline.
He's walking behind. He's trying to walk it off. He's now sitting on the bench.
That's the one thing when you slip on the turf, and you lose that, it definitely kind of strains your muscles. Here's a deep shot, and it looked like possibly a little bit of holding on the backside. Finally, the flag flies out late, and another one even later. The referee, I'm not sure if his hat was thrown off or he lost it.
He threw it off. He couldn't find his flag.
Okay, all right.
So you see this here. He was trying to grab his flag, and that's why it came in late, but definitely holding. You see the throw there. He threw. You see him there. He still can't find the flag. That's why he threw the hat.
Roman Johnson was the man on the coverage who commits the foul. it'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, usually the hat being thrown down signifies that the wide receiver went out of bounds without being forced out, which, again, he can't be the first one to catch the football there. But in that scenario, and now there's just flags for days out of this guy's pocket on the sideline, as you can tell. It's a clown show, legitimately.
And snap is low and on the ground. Hayes has to cover it up. It's a loss of nearly 5 yards for the Bobcats. So just as the momentum is going their way, they're going to have to be backed up here. You know, I've got to think that at this point it is just a struggle to keep positivity and focus out there when you're down like this, and then you get a little bit of momentum, and then boom, just like that, a bad snap, and you're behind the sticks.
Yeah, the snaps are probably 33% success rate here tonight. It has been the worst it's been all year.
Hand off, right side, Xavier Anderson, not a whole lot of room to work with off a right guard. It'll be a gain of maybe about a yard up to the 36-yard line. Maybe about a half yard right there. But, yeah, you're right. I know Max Reed is out, and Tyrell French playing a lot of center here tonight, trying to do the best job he could do as filling in there. But Bobcats, believe, maybe working around somebody else in at center. I did not see who that was.
That looks like Owen Eaton.
I think
it
is. Yeah, I think it is Owen Eaton at center now. Kuzero comes in motion. Screen pass for the Bobcats. It's caught, and breaking a tackle is Xavier Anderson. Dives for the first down, and then he gets up limping a little bit and will have to stretch out. It's a first down, though. Great job on 3rd and 14. Screen pass goes for a first down for the Bobcats.
I will say number one is running harder than anyone else here tonight. He's able to
Davis
get
Ragland.
Yep. Yeah, and Davis had some nice, and Tate's done all right, but Xavier on both sides of the ball. I'd like to see him get the ball a little bit more. That's his first catch of the night. He does have 4 carries for 3 yards.
Xavier Anderson in the back. He'll get the handoff here. He'll go off of right tackle, breaks the tackle, gets down to the 15-yard line, and another solid run for Xavier Anderson. A 6-yard gain right there for the junior.
And this year we've struggled to block it, but we've also struggled to break tackles, and here you see Xavier Anderson, the junior, able to break out of the grasp of 2 different Ames defenders and able to pick up 5 yards on the first down carry.
Second down, ball on the near side hash as the Bobcats inside the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone, as we have not said that a whole lot this year, as it's good to see the Bobcats getting into the red zone here. Hayes pushed out of the pocket, backing up, fires over the middle of the field. Unfortunately, I keep on messing up Lane Kenny. Lenny. I wanted to call him Lenny again.
Well, or Letterkenny, the famous Canadian show that you can watch on Hulu.
But Lane Kenny was the man that was closest for the Ames Little Cyclones.
Or Lane Bryant.
Well, that too, yeah. Anyway, the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone. Ethington Heating and Cooling, we're not comfortable until you are. I want, before the season's over, the Bobcats to be in the Ethington Heating and Cooling red zone so much that someone's head explodes, that we've said it so many times. We have not said it a whole lot this year, unfortunately.
Not at all.
They're up and back, going for the back of the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by Jeffrey Roberts for the Ames Little Cyclones. He's coming up the far side. He's going to be back over the 20-yard line. And just as the Bobcats get into the red zone, they turn it over. Interception, second one of the night for Jacob Hayes. We look at the replay here. Just a good job underneath coverage by Jeff Roberts on Corey Smith.
He underthrew it, and Corey Smith wasn't able to fight back to the ball, but this has been the sophomore's toughest game as the signal caller going right now. He's sitting at 5 of 14 for 50 yards and 2 interceptions.
He was not throwing into the wind. Wind was on his back on that play.
No, and at that somewhat is Ames did a very good job of pushing Corey out of that play, but Corey needed to fight back to make a play on the ball. and wasn't able to do so.
Canton Wine back in their 6 rushing touchdowns to his name today. Quick pass out to the far side. Poe bobbles it, initially tackled behind the line of scrimmage back at the 20-yard line. So a loss of 2 yards with 3:18 and counting in the third quarter. Bobcats trailing 41-6 here at Litter-Cole Field.
Johan Gomez, one of the things he does so well, he was in on that tackle out in the flat. He is such a good athlete at 6'4", 220. He's able to play sideline to sideline even from that left end position.
Canton Wine motions Poe into the backfield. 2 wide receivers set. Handoff to Poe. It's lost behind his blockers, but still pushing ahead, and the official's going to give him momentum all the way up to the 32-yard line.
He gets lost in the pile. Again, is that he keeps those legs going, and the Ames offensive line, much bigger than the Marshalltown offensive line. It's about 220, 230, 300, 260.
Yeah. Sorry, about a 6-yard gain there. I meant that I was looking at 30, but it was actually the 27 is where he was spotted up at. And Canton Wine, the quarterback, a high snap, brings it down. Spin move over the first down marker, and he's up over the 35 to the 37-yard line, and that'll be a first down run right there as he picks up 10 on the ground.
And the Bobcats now have given up over 300 yards on the ground, 371 total yards, and Canton Wine now goes to 141 yards on 18 carries, while Poe has 167 yards on 19 carries.
Canton Wine gets to the line of scrimmage and then checks with the sideline. We do have a few position players that are new into the game for the Little Cyclones, leading by 35. Canton Wine fakes and passes on a post route incomplete to the intended target, Jeffrey Roberts. They've tried to hook up a few times tonight but have been unsuccessful. And I think they did complete one pass, but so far tonight, not huge passing numbers, but they have not needed it.
No, and right now you have Cameron Canton Wine, 5 of 13. He has 63 yards with 1 interception, but again, a half dozen touchdowns on the ground.
Canton Wine hands off to Poe, eaten up in the backfield, and it was a one-man wrecking crew who's getting blocked, but Johan Gomez fights through it, gets the TFL right there for the Bobcats, bringing up a long third down.
Yeah, and it wasn't just a block. It was a block in the back. He had beat him. He had beat his man off the line quickly, as I believe that was Athian Dang over there. No, Dang's here on the left side. I think it was Corbin Blair.
At the 36-yard line, it's third down and 11. Pistol formation for Canton Wine. Fakes a handoff, drops back, looks to pass, post route. It's going to be way over the head of Jeffrey Roberts, the intended target again, as Relio Sarin is on the coverage right there for the Bobcats. It's incomplete, bringing up fourth down and 11 as Ames leads 41-6. This might be the first or second time we've seen the punt crew come out tonight for the Little Cyclones.
It'll be the second time for them, and it'll be the end of the third quarter.
That will end the third quarter. Bobcats trailing big at home, 41-6, right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, it is 41-6. Central State Bank scoreboard around the area. What's going on, Dylan?
Number 1 Southeast Polk, no problem. 26-0 over Waukee. Northwest Waukee 62, Ottumwa 14 in the fourth. West Marshall 14, PCM 14. Grundy Center 28, Alburnett 0. Newton 17, Carlisle 0. And as we said earlier, Columbus Catholic was up big early against East Marshall.
4th and 11. The punt is away from Ames Little Cyclones, just their second punt of the night. Sam Riesel back to catch the punt. He drops it, picks it back up at the 20-yard line. And 11:45 in the game and a running clock. Bobcats trailing big. They will head back offensively. Coming up on Tuesday night, it is our next volleyball match, as it is Marshalltown at Roosevelt. As first serve will be at 7:15. You can catch the game right here on your own for the Cats, KFJB-TV. As we had Kaylee Pashong on last night talking about her crew. I know she went down. She said she was going to go down and scout Roosevelt. They've been pretty good. I expect that to be a really good match on Tuesday.
Yeah,
5-1 in the Alliance North as well this season.
Yeah, they've been very good in conference, and as we talked to the team at the beginning of the year, that conference championship was something that they really wanted to go after this year and thought that they could. And so far in that north side, the Lady Bobcats have been really strong.
3-0 victory at Waterloo East on Tuesday night, so that was a great match to call and be a part of.
And you called that great match against Fort Dodge, which they came up on the short end, but came back, and the only loss that they have
in conference
play.
All right, I'm not sure. Did we have a timeout there, or what was going on there? The clock stops at 11:20. Ames called a timeout right there.
They wanted to hear more volleyball coverage, and with the running clock, they wanted us to be able to have time to talk.
Bobcats will host Des Moines East in the first round of the playoffs coming up on the 17th of October. Looking forward to that one as well. If they win that, they would take on Johnston the 11th. All right, so the snap is back to Hayes. He's going to scramble with it. He's up to the 30-yard line before he's brought down. That's a nice run right there by Jacob Hayes of 8 yards. Not quite enough to move the sticks, but the sticks thought that was quite –
yeah.
The sticks moving already on the far side.
Did a nice job, felt the pressure, was able to get – Ames got too far upfield. Jacob's able to pick up 8, and – when you put a couple great runs with 3 sacks all together, it makes for 5 carries for 4 yards.
Well, 2nd down and 2 for the Bobcats. And off right side, and a jump cut for Tate Ring. Is good to see he's back in there. He's got a first down, and that will be up near the 40, just shy of there at the 38-yard line. So now they can go ahead and move the sticks with 10.5 minutes to go in this football game.
Yeah, that gives Tate 50 yards on 13 carries. Bobcats up to 123 yards of total offense, 73 of those being on the ground.
And in the pistol formation again, 3 wide receivers set. Pitch out to the far side to Tate Ring. He's got Davis Ragland as a lead blocker, but he's not able to evade one defender right there coming up and making the tackle for the Ames Little Cyclones. As it looked like maybe a penalty flag after it. Kenyon Leak is there, but no face mask penalty. It is. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it going to be an incidental or?
It was the full 15. No, they're giving
it's only a 5.
Are you kidding? That was a full hand to face mask.
So the 5-yard penalty will move it to the 45. So still first down.
What are your thoughts? I like that they eliminated the 5-yard face mask. I like it all being 15 because it feels like a weird judgment call.
It is, yeah. I mean, you're judging whether the hand skimmed off the face mask or whether it was a full grab, I guess. Snap to Hayes. He's got pressure behind him. Passes into the flat, and that one's going to be bounced to his running back in Tate Ring, bringing up 2nd down and 3. Incomplete. And Jacob just scrambling for his life at times here tonight. I thought he's done a good job to try to limit the turnovers. I know there's been a couple interceptions, but kind of a tough job back there in that quarterback spot when you're under pressure constantly.
Yeah, you'd like to see Tate help his quarterback out there and play on the ball. First pick for Jacob was not his fault, off the hands of Trey Brooks. Second one, underthrown ball that would be on the shoulders of number 12.
Handoff right up the middle. Tate Ring fights off a tackle, keeps those legs dropped. He's up over the 50 into Little Cyclone territory. near the 48-yard line. Good run to pick up the first down again right there. Tate Ring not giving up on the play.
You see it right here. He was able to get behind a block, got in there, but Tate's just strong enough to rip through number 66 arms and avoid the tackle.
Tate Ring still in there at running back. Split out wide receiver on the bottom side of your screen. That's Corey Smith. Aiden Smitherman on the top side. A high pitch out to the near side to Tate Ring. And a flag's going to be called. Boy, that's a late pile on, and he made contact with the helmet as that's the Bobcat side of things. It'll be number 52 in Lakin Bus. Came in late, hit the helmet of Tate Ring on the pitch out. So I think we'll see a personal foul here at the end here as there was head-to-head contact right there with the elbow. So official on the near side threw that flag.
It looked a little bit rougher in real time
than it did on the replay.
On the replay, it was definitely it's the right call, but it looks like he just kind of glanced him a little bit with that shoulder. There was no ill intent from the Ames defender.
Bobcats break the huddle again with Smitherman on the top side of the set. In Ames territory at the 33-yard line with 7:43 to go. Xavier Anderson, a handoff left side, keeps upright as he's able to work his way down to the 30. It's a 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, the junior Conrad Sutton got him up around the shoulders and would not let go until fellow Cyclones finished off the tackle.
Bobcats trying to get their second touchdown of the night, trailing 41-6. Second half has been much better than the first half, I will say. They've been able to at least move the ball a little bit more successful.
It seemed Brian Saucer also like, let's try to throw it, and Ames is just not a good throwing team.
Pass quickly to Corey Smith, breaks the tackle at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bobcats. Second touchdown of the night with 6:57. It's Corey Smith, the pass from his sophomore signal caller, Jacob Hayes. That will be his 5th passing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, and Corey just a little bit of a stutter step as you see the play develop here. They're going to get it quickly out to the flat for Corey Smith, the stutter step, and then use his speed.
Bobcats going to go for 2. And 6:57 to go in the football game. And the score 41-12, trying to get it back to 41-14. Jacob Hayes in the pistol. Low snap, bootleg, back to the backside, try to throw back, and he's got a man. I think that's caught for the 2-point conversion. Yes, it's Caleb Kuzaro makes the conversion good, and it is 41-14. Bobcats get on the board with the 2-point conversion as well. Kickoff coming up in a moment. This is Bobcat football on KFJB-TV.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford.
Hold on, that's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a, this is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Bobcats able to get in for their second touchdown of the night. Huge play to Corey Smith as the Bobcats strike for a quick one on the outside, just a little hook route, and he's able to take it in after breaking a nice tackle.
Yeah,
right
a little almost like a ski jump, a little mogul jump, and he got it and was able to easily get into the end zone with that great speed. And you see Caleb Kuzaro. Here's the rule, Bobcat fans. If the pass is under 5 yards from Jacob Hayes, it's going to Caleb Kuzaro.
Yeah, that's for sure. Squib kick for the Bobcats. Picked up near the 35-yard line. A broken tackle, and in Bobcat territory, brought down on the return. It's Elijah Cosby, and they have great field position on this drive after the 5-star Realty kickoff. So the Bobcats get back on the board. It's 41-14 with 6:49 to go in the football game. A little too late situation, but still, you love to see that momentum. At least get yourself an offensive touchdown here tonight. First score of the night came on a Davis Ragland pick 6.
Yeah, and now you see Jack Schill, number 13, the sophomore's in as quarterback for Ames.
And Schill will run the offense, and he'll hand it off on first down. It's fumbled, and I think they were able to get back on it. Yeah, Schill falls on it at the 49-yard line. Also in there, Elijah Cosby, the running back for the Ames Little Cyclones. A few substitutes coming in on defense as well for the Bobcats as we are under 6.5 minutes, fourth quarter, up on the Marshalltown High-View scoreboard. Hard count here for Ames. Look to the sideline. Fake the handoff. It's a quarterback keeper to Schill. And he's going to drive right ahead off of left tackle. Boy, it doesn't matter, I guess, whether it's the varsity starters or the backups here. They're able to convert on that play. They kind of just slide the running back to his side, and they decide whether they're going to run up the middle or towards the side or use that running back as the lead blocker. 3rd down and 1 for Ames as Schill picks up good yardage right there. And a handoff.
Oh my gosh.
And around the corner goes the backup running back, and Elijah Cosby. And he's pushed out of bounds by the Bobcats, but not after he picks up a first down. As Logan Hoffman, the sophomore, able to push him out of bounds.
Yeah, Bobcats are just getting blown off the ball, and there aren't enough. There definitely are some backups in there, but there's enough people that play in rotation that you should not be seeing this from a third-string quarterback for Ames.
Down to the 20-yard line as the Little Cyclones into the red zone. Schill takes a snap and runs around left edge. He's going to be dropped after a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
That's actually going to be Dallas Kibbe. That was number 23 on the run there.
Okay, so Kibbe got the direct snap, it looked like right there.
Yep.
Schill back in there at quarterback in the pistol formation. Wingbacks come in motion. Ames is set, handoff to Cosby, and he's over the 15.
And the clock keeps on ticking, but the Bobcats just, you see Trey Brooks out there in street clothes with crutches right now.
Yeah. Jamison Niehaus, freshman quarterback, is warming up on the sideline.
And he's done some good things, and the freshmen have shown a lot of promise this year.
Yeah, they really have. Handoff to Cosby by breaking tackle after tackle. It's a gain of 10 yards. It'll be 1st and goal for Ames with 4:27 to go in the football game. And it's a gain of 10 yards down, 1st and goal from the 4. Schill still looking to the sideline, quarterback for Ames. Cosby stands to the left. Schill takes it himself, fighting through tackle, and almost got himself down to the goal line, but comes up short, down to the 1. It's a gain of 3. Boy, these quarterbacks have a lot of fight in it for Ames, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's just, it definitely, they're hitting the hole hard, but the Bobcats cannot get a tackle with that first defender. Their Ames continuously breaks the first 1 or 2 tackles.
And the snap goes to the running back. They faked the Schill. It looks like Cosby's in for the touchdown. A 1-touchdown run. The snap goes right to the running back, and it's in for Ames as they extend their lead. 47-14, 3:38 to go in the football game. And the special teams unit will come out on the field for the PAT. But, well, that's kind of like the Eagles. We've seen so much talk about them, their power run quarterback formation, and they actually didn't snap it to the quarterback. The running back got it there in that situation.
They stayed away from the tush-push but got the same result. Touchdown.
Austin McIntyre's in for the PAT for the Little Cyclones. Trying to figure out their personnel here on the PAT.
and that's over 400 yards of total offense, 353 on the ground.
Snap is low. Hold is pretty good. That one just sneaks through for Ames. And they get the PAT to make it 48-14, fourth quarter at Littercole Field here at KFJB-TV.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters to deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
A 47-yard drive for the Ames Little Cyclones backups, and they make it 48-14 in the fourth quarter. Kickoff is all presented by 5-Star Real Estate Group of Marshalltown, online at 5starhometeam.com. Just no answer for that rushing attack tonight.
No, it's just getting blown off the ball. The only time they had any form of success was bringing linebackers up, but you put yourself in peril in other scenarios if you don't have that linebacker being able to play the pass.
Kickoff up to the 30th squib kick. Bobcats struggled to bring it in. Xavier Anderson had it. He went down to a knee. That's why that one is bone dead. And 48-14, Bobcats just went down the field and put together their first touchdown drive. It was a nice pass from the quarterback in Jacob Hayes to the wide receiver in Corey Smith. So got that, and we'll see exactly what crew is coming out here. But we did see some of the younger guys warming up.
Niehaus is going to come in at quarterback. I do want to make a quick plug. We saw the band throughout the night. Tomorrow they will be up in Fort Dodge at state marching band competition. So I know I'll be driving up. I'll be off I-35 to Highway 20 up there to celebrate. Hopefully a lot of Bobcat fans up there. But if not, another thing to celebrate from a great group of student athletes and student musicians of things happening. The score isn't looking great here tonight, but there are a lot of great kids doing some great things throughout the state.
So we do see Jamison Niehaus, freshman quarterback, 5'10", 160 in there. As we've seen the freshman team, their game got canceled tonight, and they do not have another freshman game. As we have 7 o'clock starts the rest of the way. Nick Wise is going to get a handoff here. Spin move by him. He's up short of the 40-yard line at the 39. How about that? Nick Wise, his first carry of the night. He comes in, 4 carries, 13 yards on the season. And you talk about heart, hustle, and muscle, man. 5'6", 140 and a sophomore. And just a nice run off of right guard here and made a nice cut and a spin move to pick up a few extra.
It's nothing fancy. I know his parents own Dairy Queen. It's like a ice cream, just a straight up vanilla ice cream cone. Tastes good, does the job, and just straightforward.
Niehaus brings up the high snap, passes out into the flat, and it's a nice catch on the far side by Talon Halstead, sophomore wide receiver. He is able to move the sticks. How about that? Nice little connection right there. Looked comfortable.
We see him. He was able to grab the ball over there. Nice throw on the run. Put it right on the money. And this is where you go as he gets more comfortable. Jacob Hayes did not play quarterback in junior high. He just started last year. Is that something where maybe you get a Niehaus in there and you can move Jacob around a little bit, just create more and more athletes? It's never bad when you have a freshman who can do things like this.
Yeah, that's for sure. They'll roll out to the near side. I'm not sure if Ames was offside. Halstead drops this one. He has his hands on his helmet. Not happy about that one. He had a nice possible 5-yard reception. Yeah. Flag flew right as that one got going. So I'm not sure if somebody was offside or if the Bobcats false start, and it is. Back him up 5 yards.
Still the big thing on the run, sprinting, throwing against his body or with his body. He put it right on the hands. That's not a super easy throw, and the two that we've seen, he's just put it right on the money.
We haven't really seen Halstead this year outside of the freshman game, but 6'3", a sophomore.
Yeah, and that's where there is a lot of length for the Bobcats. A lot of the size doesn't have experience, but there are reasons to be hopeful looking forward.
Nick Wise brought down in the backfield. Actually, was that Nick Wise?
It was Nick Wise.
It was Nick Wise, okay.
And it looks like, is it Anga Pramana that comes up limping?
Yeah, it was Anga. So no gain right there. Nick Wise eaten up at the line of scrimmage, and Pramana's going to be, they're going to stop the clock right here as that left ankle just bothering him, unfortunately. 1:50 to go in the football game.
The turf monster's eating ankles here
yeah,
tonight.
That is for sure. That's the one thing that there is a long history. I get it. Turf is definitely a good way to go for practices and, games and ensuring all that. But, yeah, durability, all that kind of stuff. But you do see a lot more of this kind of nicked up stuff, That's why there's turf toe, specific injuries related to the turf that just happen where your foot kind of catches differently than it would on natural grass.
Yeah, and that's why, high school level, things like that, you don't have groundskeepers that are professional groundskeepers, so that you don't have that kind of ability. So turf allows you to have that durability and not have to take care of it. But it definitely, players do prefer grass overall.
That is for sure. Bobcats will go to the air, throwing back across, and it's going to be intercepted for the Bobcats. Going for Halstead, the intended target, and making the interception and firing up Ames. It is Leo Jensen, the freshman DB, with the pick right there for Ames. A good play in theory, but you're always taught never throw back across your body to the opposite side of the field. And a young lesson right there, or a lesson for the young quarterback in Jamison Niehaus.
Yeah, he underthrew it, ended up throwing in about a sextuplet coverage. There was a lot of Ames over there and only one Bobcat.
So more backup opportunity for the Ames Little Cyclones with 1:23 to go. It's 48-14. Bobcats trailing at home.
Oh.
A deep shot far side of the field. It is incomplete. Just a little too strong on the play as Jack Schill comes incomplete. His intended target on that far side, I could not get a read on that number. If it's 8?
Jordan,
might have been Parker Evanson, the sophomore wide receiver, I believe, over there.
And Jordan Haynes was on coverage and got beat pretty good. Allowed the receiver to get behind him. Lucky enough that the pass was incomplete.
Run with Cosby off of left tackle and eaten up in the backfield.
Michael Narvaez and Lincoln Barker.
Yep. 60 seconds to go in Marshalltown. Bobcats will fall to 1-6. Cyclones will improve to 3-4 on the season. Sweep to Cosby, and the Bobcats get him in the backfield as Johan Gomez comes up with the tackle for the Bobcats as the junior gets in there and makes the play. Bring up a long fourth down situation with 40 seconds to go.
Good to see number 84 continue to hustle. His 3 games with the Bobcat uniform on, his stats just jump off. Outside of Lincoln Barker, Johan Gomez has the top stats for the defensive linemen and playing in less than 50% of the games.
Ames on fourth down is going to be brought down for a big sack, and Nick Wise as well as Blaine Landeros get in the backfield to make the play for the Bobcats, and it's a turnover on downs with 14 seconds to play. Good pressure by the Bobcats as they went out there not wanting to give up another touchdown drive.
Yeah, it looked like Michael Narvaez kind of blew it up, and then Blaine Landeros cleaning it up.
So Bobcat offense back out there for another play or two before this one is all said and done.
This one's tough. Is this Ames team could run the ball all right, but this is a Bobcat loss. Is that this Ames team is not multi-dimensional? Is the Bobcats just did not come with the effort or the effort here tonight?
Bobcat backup quarterback is in there. Is Jamison Niehaus. He was out there last drive, threw an interception across his body, but Bobcats got the 4 and out. Right there, fourth down conversion was no good. Niehaus looking to the air. He's going to pass out on a post route. He was going to the intended target in Talon Halstead again, but that one almost intercepted. He's thrown into double or even triple coverage right there.
And we've seen this in the freshman game. It's Niehaus likes to throw to one person who's 6'3", and I get it, but everyone out here gets it as well.
That's true, yeah.
He does not mix it around a whole lot.
That is such a thing that you see in the development stages, is how well a quarterback looks at different targets. Pass to Halstead. Actually, no, I think that's Landeros.
It's Halstead is number 23.
Yep. So Halstead makes the catch, and it's a first down catch and 2 seconds to go.
As you have the freshman here tonight, he's 3 of 5. It's going to be for about 30 yards and 1 interception.
Well, the Bobcats have one final shot here. Declan Green, who has a reception to his name this season, is split out on the far side at the top of your screen. Nick Wise will get the handoff, and that will do it for this one. Nick Wise will pick up a few yards. And the final score tonight, 48-14. Bobcats fall at home to the Ames Little Cyclones. Bobcats now 1-6. Little Cyclones improve to 3-4 on the season. Not much else to say other than Ames dominated this one throughout.
Yeah, that was a kicking from the beginning to the end. That was a first string, second string, and third string just destruction of the Bobcats. And then adding insult to injury, there were injuries. And as you see with Trey Brooks is wrapping up the end, he's not even going across. He's allowing people to come to him and high-fiving some former teammates and classmates.
Yep. 48-14, the final score. We head to the locker room report next, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
48-14, the final score. Welcome into the Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. Coming up, we will name our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill Player of the Game. We will also have our Lily Mae Sweet Play of the Game, and we'll try to talk to head coach Adam Goodvin. Dylan Does alongside me. I'm Brandon Lewis. Thanks for joining us tonight for our coverage of Bobcat football. 48-14, final score here tonight. Very few bright spots, but I would say some of them actually came on the defensive side of things. Davis Ragland, that pick six. Also Xavier Anderson. I thought he played really well on both sides of the ball here tonight. But other than that, a lot of miscues on special teams especially.
Yeah, from defensive side, Johan Gomez had some plays. Lincoln Barker had some plays as well. Rogelio Sarin was good in coverage, but it was 48-14. It felt worse. And that may be hard to think is the special teams was just a catastrophe from the word go. 7-yard punt, 8-yard punt, 15-yard punt, low snap, no snap. It was really, really tough tonight to find those silver linings.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, so the one score of the second half for the Bobcats, they were able to get themselves on the board here tonight, but a lot of the scoring for Ames came from Cameron Cantonwine, the quarterback, who had 6 rushing touchdowns here tonight. Cosby, the backup running back, he got a touchdown late in this one, but really was just trying to slow Cantonwine down, which the Bobcats could not do, as it was 34-0 at one point. Bobcats got that pick 6, got on the board, but then it was 41-6 before the Bobcats got their first offensive touchdown.
Yeah, it just was, there was just nothing sustained, and we talked about a little bit from special team. The snapping, with Reed out all day is 2 different people, if it be Tyrell French, if it be Owen Eaton during the play call, during the offensive sets, or if it be Sam Griesel and others that did the long snapping. It just got them off rhythm the whole night, and they could not get ahead of the sticks whatsoever.
Yeah, that is for sure. We were actually I'm going to hold off on that, and actually let's go to our sweet play of the game, is what will be the only offensive touchdown here tonight. Of course, sweet play of the game, all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates, handmade, hand-dipped since 1939, always open at lilymaechocolate.com. That was the completion, a 30-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Hayes to Corey Smith for the touchdown for the Bobcats, their only score of the second half. Bobcats got the 2-point conversion as they were able to hook up with the wingback in Caleb Kuzro for the 2-point conversion to make it 48-14 at that point in time. That is our sweet play of the game here tonight, all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates. Always open at lilymaechocolate.com. We'll name our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill player of the game coming up when we come back. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated, and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. Now time for our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill player of the game here tonight, Dylan.
Yeah, it comes from a great read on the screen pass that resulted in a 6-point pick six by the linebacker Davis Ragland. Great play there. Played hard all night as he always does, and Davis Ragland will be our Calvin Rocket player of the game.
Yeah, he was in on so many tackles here tonight. Plus, he did a nice job blocking for the running backs, trying to create a little bit of space out there as the line continued to struggle on both sides of the ball. Congrats, junior linebacker / fullback Davis Ragland is our player of the game. All brought to you by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill. Each week, Calvin Rocket awards a free handheld to the Bobcat player of the game. We'll talk with Coach Goodvin when we come back on the Locker Room Report. All brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Hey Bobcats, this is Garrett with Calvin Rocket. I'm happy to partner up with KFJB and continue the tradition of Bobcat Player of the Week. Follow us on social media for all your Calvin favorites, news specials, and exciting news that's coming down the road. Stop on in and give us a try. We're open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., and starting September 10th, we'll be open on Sundays for the start of the NFL season. We'll see you at Calvin Rocket, and go Bobcats.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report here on KFJB-TV. It's now time to chat with head football coach Adam Goodvid with our postgame chat, all brought to you by your Marshalltown YMCA, YWCA for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Well, Coach, I know you try to look for some silver linings here tonight. Not a ton out there, but boy, I tell you what, Davis Ragland, our player of the game, a lot of effort out there. He had a pick six here tonight. He was in on so many plays. I mean, that guy just brings it each and every game.
Yeah, he's a tough kid. You know, we ask a lot out of Davis. He's just tough. I mean, he's one of our leaders. You know, seeing that pay off for him was awesome. And you know, he just gets beat up every single week, and he keeps coming back for more. So you know, proud of him.
Yeah, that is for sure. Here tonight, Cameron Canton-Wine was really the star of the show, I guess you could say, for Ames. 6 rushing touchdowns. It found out their rushing attack is definitely legitimate and something that, you know, each and every week you kind of prepare for something different. And this one was just pretty much a straight-ahead attack.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. They had some big guys up front, and they were a lot more physical than us. And you know, it's tough. It's tough. We were in tough situations all night long. And, you know, I think our kids were fighting. But when guys are significantly bigger than you, it's really hard.
And there was a little bit, you'd bring some linebackers up to help in that, and it worked here and there. But when you looked at it defensively, when you say you're just getting hit over and over again and you're starting to see some of those injuries pile up, can you speak to any injuries you may have seen? We saw Trey, of course, was on crutches and street clothes by the end. A lot of people beat up tonight.
Yeah, you know, I don't know exactly what's wrong with a lot of the guys. You know, I know Jackson Hinkle was another one that went down. That went down, and then, you know, Tate got rolled up on a little bit, and you know, I know Ainsworth got blindside block there on there towards the end of the game and was pretty beat up. But again, we'll talk with Avery, our trainer, and evaluate over the weekend and see where we're at.
As you look ahead, you've got a road trip again next week. Going to go down to Des Moines, take on the Lincoln Rail Splitters. What's your message to your team kind of going into this next week about finishing out the last 2 games of the season?
It's the same message that we've sent every week. You know, our record could be flipped right now, but we're going to go back to work on Monday. We're going to take care of our bodies this weekend and rest up. And I know our coaching staff's going to get to film tomorrow. You know, I've already talked with Furch down there on the way up, and you know, we feel like next week's a very winnable game, so we've got to take advantage of that and put our kids in successful spots to be successful.
Thanks for the time tonight. Yeah, I thought. By the way, I thought some of your young guys that were able to get in there did a pretty good job here tonight to be able to get underneath the Friday night lights.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, again, I not once questioned their effort and toughness this year, and I mean, we preach it all the time. So, got to continue with that, and we got to execute and make plays when we have the opportunities.
Thanks for your time tonight, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that is our post-game chat with Coach Goodvin, all brought to you by your Marshalltown YMCA, YWCA. This is Bobcat Football. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The Marshalltown YMCA WCA is a place for everyone, no matter their age or background. We strive to create a facility that is welcoming and inviting to all. We offer a gym, 2 pools, the latest in exercise and strength training equipment, and a running track. We also offer youth and adult sports leagues, CrossFit, swim lessons, preschool and childcare, group exercise classes, and more. We're more than a gym. We're a community where friendships are made and lives are improved every day. Visit ymca-ywca.org or stop by for a tour.
Back at Marshalltown High School, 48-14 on the Marshalltown High-B scoreboard. The final from tonight as Bobcats drop to 1-6. 3-4 now are the Ames Little Cyclones. Let's get a scoreboard update around Central Iowa, all brought to you by Central State Bank.
Grundy Center continues to be undefeated, beating Alburnett 35-0. Fort Dodge St. Edmund wins a shootout against Colonesco 48-42. Wapsie Valley turns BCLUW inside out 50-8. West Marshall trails PCM 35-20 in the fourth. Johnston 42, Council Bluffs Lincoln 10, Southeast Polk 38, Waukee 0, and that's the final. East Marshall falls to Columbus Catholic. The Sailors overcame the Mustangs 50-0, and then Northwest Waukee couldn't get to the 80 spot, beat Ottumwa 76-14.
You know, I know they call it the Highway 30 rivalry, and it's not I'm not taking a cheap shot here, but it's not much of a rivalry anymore. I mean, Ames has won 3 in a row, and here tonight they just dominate the Bobcats with more physical play, and Coach kind of alluded to it. But I guess what do you think's got to change a little bit? It's like they've just got the number of the Bobcats in a good amount of sports. Volleyball got them this year.
Volleyball
got them this year.
And you do see it as we when they were number 5 a couple years ago. It would have been 3 years ago. So Bobcats upset number 5 Ames here at the Roundhouse by 10 points in basketball.
Yep.
You see some things like that. You see an upset in baseball this year for a game, but when you're hearing wins, it kind of gets tiresome to have to say upset when you do talk about those wins.
Yeah.
It really does seem like the line of scrimmage is where Ames is just dominated, and Bobcats just have to get better, have to get bigger, have to get stronger, and have to demand the respect of the Ames Little Cyclones, who have, out of the last 10 games, gone 9-1 on the gridiron.
Yeah. Bobcats fall again here tonight, 48-14, and we'll talk about next week what's around the corner for the Bobcats. You're watching the Locker Room Report on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Pushed out of the pocket. Barker is chasing him. Can he get to him? Wade throws late over the middle field. Is it picked? Do the Bobcats have it? Yeah, they do!
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Back at Leonard Cold Field, one more final time tonight as the Bobcats fall. 48-14, the final score here at home tonight in week number 7. Well, coming up in week number 8, it is Friday the 13th, Dylan, next Friday. Can you believe it?
I would rather not. I'm not a big fan of Friday the 13th.
Oh, wow. Why not?
I hate horror movies.
Okay.
Still have nightmares from the one time I was forced to watch Friday the 13th.
Oh, wow.
I was 37 years old, scared. No, I think I was 11. I think I was 11. I do not like horror movies. I don't need any more bad luck.
Oh, man. Get your Freddy Krueger Friday the 13th out.
All right,
next week.
I'm
coming
dress
dressed.
Up.
I'm dressing next week.
I'm dressing to the 9s then.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or to the 13th.
I always love the good October Friday the 13th in the month of October with Halloween and everything. So
it does feel like it's the either the Holy Trinity or the unholy Trinity. It's all coming together.
We'll find out next Friday night.
If stigmata happens, I'm walking out.
It is Marshalltown at Lincoln. We'll be at Mediacom Stadium. They're near Drake. Pregame at 6, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Hope to have you along for that one.
We'll have lights. We'll have electricity. They'll have locker rooms, all because we get to play at Drake.
But we've made memories going to Lincoln.
We have made memories, not all of them good.
No, a lot of them not good. That is for sure. Hey, great job by our crew tonight. Todd Steinkamp, our producer. Keith Stewart, Joseph Cornwell on camera. Don't call him JoJo. Also, KFJB radio producer tonight, the one and only Jeffrey, not in the cab of my tractor, Brooks. No?
That was a stretch.
He did a lot of farming the other day. I was talking. He was looking tired. So we hope that we were some sort of reprieve to him back there in the studios.
We hope so. Well, he was doing some pretty good work. He saw some product placement and was wondering how much we're selling product placement spots for people. So Brooksy is always
Somebody's
on top
gonna
of
bring a Cosmic Brownie back to Brooks back at the studios. So
that's right.
Make sure it happens. And Zach on stats for Dylan Doze. I'm Brandon Lewis. Have a great rest of your Friday nights. Once again, 48-14, the final. Ames takes down your Marshalltown Bobcats. You've been watching Bobcat football right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Farm Bureau, Agent Austin Illum, Rainbow Car Wash, Laurel Diesel Services, Ken's Transmission, 5-Star Real Estate Group, Brown's Shoe Fit, Calvin Rocket, Eppington Heating and Cooling, Lily May Chocolates, Marshalltown YMCA YWCA.